Nice! Okay, we are officially live, and we can close all of this, and just use what we need to use tonight. Okay, so, let's bring the homies in here, and we're gonna have a good time.
Most said can't hold my niece right now.
Alright, we are officially live. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group F, a Storm's Hymn, featuring Anthony's dog. Or featuring Thor, the god of bark.
No, that wasn't Thor. That was one of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
They're being jerks tonight.
I love how your dog was completely silent until we started.
It's like,
that's because one of the other dogs started barking.
Hey, the Borks can't be contained, man. They cannot be contained. So, I kind of want to do something a little bit different tonight. And I don't know how it's going to go. So I don't know if I'm going to do it. But anyways, we'll see. Yeah,
might as well do it. You don't know how it's gonna go unless we try.
Okay.
Concerned?
No, you don't have to be concerned. I feel like the summaries that I do at the top of each session, while sometimes extensive, might not be enough for some people to like fully grasp what we're doing. And so for the viewers watching right now, and anybody else who occasionally like will come in and click this video. Somebody approached me in real life and said, hey, I've been watching your YouTube channel and I don't understand. Are you guys like all reading a book together? Or I'm trying to follow it, but I can't. And I feel like, well, maybe I should just give like a brief description of like what we're doing, what the world is, and then like what happened last session, and then who the players are. So we're going to try that tonight, and just hoping that, people might click this video, that they'll see it here, and then maybe I'll record this as a separate video and put it at like the top of each session, like while the intro is playing. So...
Oh, so kind of like a critical recap.
Yeah. So, Dungeons & Dragons is a role-playing game where people come together, and it's a collective story-telling game. Everything you're about to see tonight is not written. Everything can go in any possible direction. Everything you'll see is my real reaction of characters, reacting to players in ways that hopefully feel either authentic or organic. What we are doing is not any pre-recorded story content. This is live storytelling, and it's extremely super-duper fun. That said, it is a game. There are mechanics that govern it with dice rolls and rules and abilities and features and classes. And so if you ever hear me slinging out jargon, I am going to be referencing those rules and telling players to abide by them. And additionally, Ilderon as a world is our homebrewed campaign setting, a world that we have created. It is a world filled with dead empires, bandits, political giants clashing, gods walking among mortals, mortals ascending into godhood. 3 different planes of existence: spiritual realm, a afterlife, and the material plane. And where our story is taking place tonight is on a seaside coastal town called Beechwood Retreat, over in a region of the world known as the Clutch. It is a lawless region of the world. So, joining us tonight, if you guys want to summarize your characters, I think at the top of each session, I'm going to let you guys summarize your characters however you want. And then I'll give the summary of the last session, and then we'll just dive in and get started tonight. Let's go with XJ, since he's the newest character here.
Okay, so XJ's first?
Yeah.
Alright. XJ is a race known as the Warforged, mechanically built by a race, normally gods. He served in a military formation for about 5 years before the war ended, and XJ was given basically free reign. Not knowing what to do with himself, XJ became a gladiator until he was picked up by the then leader of the guild for the the White Branch, which is the guild that XJ
Silver
works
Tree.
for now. Silver Tree.
One of them, you know.
One of those, you know.
Yeah. The killing's all the same.
XJ is a very straightforward character. He does not like to beat around the bush. If you are in his way, he is probably going to go straight through you. Both figuratively and literally.
Okay.
That's the end of my summary.
How about Milani next? Since Milani was Morgan and I guess Nyoka are tied together.
Milani is a Genasi, which, for lack of a better way of describing it, a genie person. He's a paladin of the hierarchy, and he was also a soldier in the military. But after his reign, after a few years and him being of a more advanced age, he left to try to find a simpler life. But didn't work that way. He ended up also in the fighting pits and being hired to the Silver Tree as a bodyguard / mercenary.
I mean, it's sort of a simple life. Just don't make Morgan angry. Let's do Morgan or Nyoka first, whichever one you guys want to go, because you technically joined at the same time. I'm gonna roll a dice. Evens,
I'll
Morgan.
go. I'll go.
Okay, there we go.
Nyoka is a lizard folk. He looks like a giant salamander man. He has a life debt to Morgan, and he is not around here. He's not really used to the customs. He's kind of backwater in a way. A little bit of naive when it comes to like civilization. And he is really he listens to the spirits in all things, whether or not that's good or bad for the party.
And finally, go ahead and give us a brief summary of Morgan.
Morgan is the perpetually grumpy, sassy, exasperated leader of this ragtag bunch of wonderful people. She's also not from around here, being from a place called the Lowlegs, where she left, much like in all of her endeavors, because she was tired of it. And now lives somewhere else where she can constantly be, tired of all this bullshit.
Alright, so, your last session. And oh boy, what a session was it. The party is in the city of Beechwood Retreat. They got wind that a smuggler by the name of Willis Calcadar is in the city and is planning a big heist. That said, until the meeting, they were just tending to their own task. The session started with the party talking to a pirate by the name of Candelabra the Feared. He had a hole in his mouth and jaw where he had a dagger stuck in, and him and XJ became good friends. Candelabra let you guys know he was a part of the Shiorian pirates, and that they also work as privateers, pirates for hire. And if you ever needed any work done by them, they contract out by the job. From there, the party went to the meeting location and saw that Willis had somebody patching up the church that you had scouted out, and was boarding it up so onlookers wouldn't be able to either look in or climb in or intrude on your meeting. And the party waited there until Willis arrived. Willis was was almost the last one to arrive to his own event. People who beat Willis there, Kuker appeared there with her number 2 thug, Kengel. Joining Kuker was another man by the name of De Ladian. And then finally Willis arrived, and then the last member to arrive for the event was a entertainer that you had ran into in the tavern earlier by the name of Ina. From there, Willis greeted everybody who was attending the meeting and had hoped more people would show up. Deladian said that he had only came to collect a life debt that Willis owed, and that he knew Willis wasn't going to pay the full thing, and that he'd settle for 100 gold. After a lengthy back and forth, Willis convinced him to work for the cause, and then gave him 150 gold to go hire security work for the job. The job itself turned out to be a heist on the Great Temple of Eodothia, stealing from the Master of Harmony himself, as Willis had a skeleton key that could that he claimed could access the vault beneath Eodothia that holds immeasurable amounts of treasure. Before he could fully lay out his plan, Nyoka asked the spirits what do they think about Willis. Willis is somebody who has been in the smuggling game for quite a long time, and he also was involved in the Crimson Crusades. And he has, after kind of being the catalyst for those horrible atrocities, he's claimed he's changed his way, and the spirits say that he has seen an excessive amount of death. And on that note, Nyoka punched him in the face, attempting to kill him before he could bring any misfortune to the party. The party got into a fight with Willis. Willis ran, and things got very heated quickly, and one thing led to another, and Milani accidentally killed Willis. Willis was clinging to his last legs for survival before somebody came by and rolled a heal check on him. I forgot exactly who it was that stabilized him, but after he was stabilized... It was XJ. Yeah. No, XJ failed his heal check. The person...
I healed him with healing word.
Jerilden rolled a successful medicine check on him, and then Morgan healed with healing word. XJ came and rolled a 9 on the medicine check and was just like, what's human anatomy?
I could have sworn I rolled like a nat 20 on one medicine check. Maybe
later in the session. But yeah, so you guys revived Willis as he opened the door, and outside of the meeting, a rival group of bandits were gathering, and they started lobbing spells inside of the meeting location, and once again knocked Willis unconscious, throwing him into a range of having to roll death saving throws. They began setting the temple on fire, and after some hasty thinking, Nyoka found you a way out. You guys tied up Willis and brought him back to the world of the living, and jumped out of a window into the river. Willis made a getaway. As you guys have already proved, it was not safe for him to be around you, and him running in the water, Nyoka hit him with a sunbolt and killed him, finishing him off. From there, you guys had a dead body, and you were wondering what to do with it, and took it to the people who actually wanted, who put out the bounty on Willis. The bounty was for alive. They wanted him to question him on what he had seen and witnessed over in Red Axe. And they cut your bounty in half for, bringing a dead body. And then on top of that, they subtracted the amount that they needed to pay for a diamond to resurrect him from your bounty fee. And they began the process of resurrecting Willis. While resurrecting him, Morgan inspected the key and identified it, and found out that it is not the Master of Harmony's key. This is an entirely different key, in that there are multiples of these keys, and concluded that each one probably opens a specific vault. From there, the Master of Magic wanted to talk with you, with your party for a little bit longer, but the party was in a rush to leave the Tower of Bayflame before Willis was brought back to the land of the living. So that's where we are going to pick up. You guys are portaled to the bottom of the tower, below the 4 statues supporting the tower. You are in the Lodocks, on the entranceway to the city on the east side, inside the inner gate. It is approaching late at night. What do you want to do?
I want a bath, and I want to sleep.
All right. You can take care of that at the Scarlet Nave, if you'd like. You do not. I don't believe you guys paid for rooms for tonight.
Well, I have the money, though.
All right, you can. Go ahead and say that again, Anthony. I heard it, but I just wanted to make sure your party heard it.
Oh, okay. I said, Milani goes to Morgan. Should we talk to Cooker tonight?
No. I don't think any of us are in a mood to talk tonight.
All right, it is a silent trudge back to the Scarlet Nave. Why? Okay, cool. That's where it's at. And so yeah, you guys can purchase rooms here for 2 gold apiece from Fivarian. That will include your breakfast, which is large enough of a meal to hold you throughout the next day. Each room comfortably seats or fits 2 people.
Nyoka is going to retrieve the bottle of liquor.
Okay.
Right? And he is going to ask Fives for what equates for a bag, basically something that's kind of waterproof. And what he wants to do is he wants to take a shot of the liquor, and he wants to soak a handkerchief in that shot.
Okay. Let me see real quick.
But not the whole bottle, just a shot to. And the whole point of that is, you said it smells like heaven.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
Nyoka wants to try and save that, but on a cloth. He doesn't want to drink the drink.
Okay.
After all the stuff that happened in our last episode.
Is it 2 gold per person?
It's 2 gold per room.
Okay.
The room comes with breakfast enough for 1 person, though. Accommodations for breakfast would be like 4 silver here.
I'm just gonna throw in an extra gold.
Okay. You buy I assume 2 rooms?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, you can spend the night. Fives will give you he'll give you a ripped water skin. That is no good for, storing water for long travels or long distances. But, the leather of it, you can tie it close or something and just let the cloth sit in there. Yeah, let's see. Its weight is its weight's going to be it's going to weigh 2 pounds when you fill it with liquor, and it can hold about 5 shots worth of what he's given you.
I don't want to do a whole thing. I just want a bit of cloth to preserve the smell.
Yeah. But yeah, you're able to do so. I just had to, go in and look whoa, what would actually do that, and what would he have? Otherwise, yeah, the rest of the party can rest throughout the night. Does anyone want to do anything else for the evening? Otherwise, we're going to skip to the 20th of Priestess.
Nyoka is going to have a discussion with Morgan at the end of the night.
Okay. Rob, were you going to say something?
I was gonna say I was gonna read the book I got.
Oh, you got the it was on ethics, but it was a specific type of ethics.
I think I wrote it down.
Okay, because I do have that. It's in my notes. Speculative ethics.
Oh yeah, treatise on speculative ethics.
All right. Give me a intelligence check just on like how much Morgan's able to get through tonight. It's just going to be
I need to know history check or an intelligence save.
It is just going to be a raw intelligence check. It is a check. If you have anything to influence checks, you can.
Well, that's why I asked, because if it's like a save, I have proficiency in those. But like,
no,
it's a history check.
Yeah, it's just a check.
Why would you need to save from a book? Oh God, no! Reading.
I mostly just asked because I have that +3, and it would be much more favorable than my +1 to history. Oh, baby!
Look at you.
We're starting out strong. It's all that rage.
Okay, so, this is going to be a Wow, okay, I have to go open to my, I actually do have to open my notes on this one, because I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information.
Because I killed it.
Yeah, I mean, you did really well on it.
That's not a crit, you just got a 20.
Yeah.
No, it's a dirty 20, but a dirty 20 is a 20.
Alright, the speculative ethics book. Did I tell you who the author was?
I believe it's Elindir. I have that in my notes.
Okay.
I don't know if that's actually the author's name, though. I didn't put by, I just put a dash.
Okay, so, I didn't record exactly where that book came from, but I do remember what it's on. So, you are going to, I know who gave it to me, if that's what you mean. Yeah, who gave it to you? Because it's gonna have different markings.
It was Nylest.
Okay, Nylest. Cool. Nylest's markings. Nylest has written in the side panels of this book, commenting on things she agrees with and disagrees with. This book is a blatant outcry against a woman by the name of Barina Gaiori, or Gaius. She is the Asatar of a conquered people in Undar. This book lays out the fundamentals on establishing a government that functions entirely for the people and the people being governed, that is diametrically opposed to how the nation of Undar is formed, where the entirety of the people being governed exists to uplift the monarch. For the most part, Nylest disagrees with a lot of the assertions this guy makes, noting that some of them could be possibly dangerous, especially stating them in this region. But nonetheless, the idea of a government ran without any type of appointed council or rather divine mandated council or appointed sovereign leaders is a very interesting concept to take on. You get through about a third of the book. Or no, you'll probably get through about a fourth of the book in the time that you're reading it.
So, did you hand me, like, Thomas Paine, but on Galkin?
I handed you the political climate of Galkin. The book asserts that Barina is a conqueror, and she won't be sated with just Undar.
But I'm just saying that, like, from the sounds of it, I'm getting a lot of like, what if George III just fucked himself?
Yeah, pretty much. That's fair.
So, who wants to start a revolution, baby? Make Galkin great again.
Oh God, no.
Who wants to overthrow Barina and put me on the throne? Because I believe rulers should be rulers.
Obviously, everybody, we can appoint, we can elect governors of a council. But I am your Putin.
There is still more to garner from the book. You get through a fifth of it.
Let me note. You keep changing these numbers on me. Is it a third, a fourth, or a fifth?
I think I said third first, and I was like, wait, no, you can't read a whole third of a book in one night. But I am a slow reader, so actually I will say a fourth. A fourth is the official final measurement.
Well, how thick
I
is
beg to differ. I'm a fast reader.
Well, I only get like 2-ish hours, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
I could stretch it to like 3.
This
'cause I don't know.
this is a grad school master's thesis. And then not only is it a grad school master's thesis, there are both, Nihiles's comments on it, and then the man who wrote it writes his own thoughts on it too. So each chapter is like, hey, here is the statistical evidence of this and the empirical data, and, historically what has happened and how it's relevant to the world. And then the following chapter is his personal commentary on what he just wrote. So it's
I'll give you the fourth.
Yeah, it's his
Definitely not
entire thought path, or it's the entire essay, and then all of his comments on it, and then all of Nihiles's comments on it.
Yeah, I definitely did not get through a third of that book.
Yeah, and just like what you pick up. One of the reasons Nihiles gave this to you, you started being nice to her, and this book is talking about being nice to people.
That's not my character. I mean, I guess this could be a moment of personal growth.
I mean, yeah, you can look at this book and say it's all garbage.
I mean, I more or less support democracy. Morgan's a firm believer in democracy. Just as long as she's president.
But otherwise, by the time I guess you'd be like drifting off or getting ready to go to bed. Would that be when Nyoka comes in to talk?
Makes as much sense.
Sure.
All right. So Nyoka.
Nyoka is actually in the room.
Okay. Yeah. Nyoka and Morgan have a chance to talk before the end of the night.
Hey, boss.
Yes.
Are you mad at me?
Yes.
I don't understand. I
What?
did what the spirits say. What did I do wrong, Blue Lady?
What did the spirits say?
The spirits told me that man was going to cause your death.
Is that exactly
Nyoka
what they
does
said?
not. Nyoka does not want that.
Is that exactly what they said?
No, what they exactly said was that I asked them specifically. I said, spirits, if we follow this man, will there be death? And the spirit said yes. Now that told me that we did not be wanting to follow them. We want to keep sniffing. We want to keep sniffing and live.
Yes, but we could have kept sniffing by at least playing along a little longer.
Oh.
We didn't even get all of his plan. It's probably of no consequence now. One, we're probably not good friends with him at the moment, if he's actually still alive. But also, we've probably ruined it by turning him in the first place. I appreciate you wanting to keep me safe, but I would appreciate having a say in staying safe.
I don't know what to do now. I always follow the spirits. It tells me what to do. I will ponder this. In the meantime, Nyoka is going to he's going to hand the bottle, but when he does, he's going to offer it like he's kneeling, like he's almost in praying supplication. He's going to hand you this bottle. And he's going to say, "Here is one of Nyoka's treasures. You may have this bottle."
Morgan will just kind of wave it off, like that, sort of backhand, no, no, almost like a shooing motion.
You can use this to curry favor with Kuker. That man Five said that it's very that it has lots of value. Nyoka believes this. It smells like heaven.
I mean, I don't care if it's made out of concentrated providence. I personally don't like to engage in that kind of thing. And besides, Morgan will point at her coin purse. I think I have enough to sate Kuker's problem.
Nyoka nods and says, "As you wish, boss. But it's since Nyoka messed up, Nyoka wanted to pay."
I mean, whose portion of the bounty did you think I was taking it out of?
Nyoka's going to cock his head and goes, "Milani's?"
Well, both of yours. At least half of XJ's.
What? Hey, since when?
Nyoka's gonna smile. "You should do all of XJ's."
We'll think about it. You better hope Kuker's not a hard bargain.
And with that, Nyoka curls up and he's gonna hold the contraption he just made with the wineskin, the rip wineskin, near his nostrils, and he's just going to smile sleepily and smell it as he drifts off to sleep.
All right.
And that's the start of a dependency problem.
No, it's fine. And let's see. Okay, cool. I just wanted to see if I wrote down any specific flavors of what it smelled like. I did not. Okay, so
You said heaven.
yeah, it does smell like heaven. It smells good, tastes excellent.
Excellent.
So
You're welcome to make up what it is later, Brandon.
Yeah. We'll probably do some tropical fruit blended with
Pina colada?
no,
Maybe
definitely
it smells
herbs
different
and
to everybody.
brews. Oh, that could be true too.
Maybe
it
it
plays
smells
with
like
your
your
mind.
heaven.
Oh yeah. More so, just sends off the pleasure receptors in your nose, and that would be a very Eodothian drink. Yeah, you know what, Rob?
Yes.
It smells like your heaven. So to
Yes.
Morgan, smells delicious. I don't know, a wet field full of lilacs.
Nice to say, whatever the pleasantest part of the storm yonder.
Yeah, Nyoka.
It reminds him of the swamps of home.
Yeah, the nice
Okay.
salt of a good bog.
For Roman, it's oak and ocean mist.
Yeah, but each person, nobody knows it smells a little bit different. It's just God, this smells great. We are moving on to the next day. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so you wake up to a morning storm on the 20th of Priestess. The day is yours. You are still in the Scarlet Nave. The water doesn't seem to have affected the tavern goers. Morning comes. Fives and his staff are in the kitchen, getting ready as like people are waking up. The normal regulars come in to the bar for breakfast in the morning. The people staying are starting to come downstairs. The entertainment's setting up for the day. The rain is pouring outside, sloshing the streets here. But otherwise, you can move about your business as you'd like.
Alright. Do you have any specific need for XJ today?
I mean, I probably wouldn't mind the physical backup when I go talk to Cougar, but at the same time, she doesn't like you.
I mean, I'm fine either way. Otherwise, I was going to go back down to the docks where we met Candelabra, and I was going to go gamble.
It's like, man, I can go gamble with the pirates.
Yeah, no, like, no,
Honestly
it's like,
speaking-
I even thought of my own pirate name. Ironside Flame Belcher. Now I just need to finish that flamethrower.
I mean, the pirates have been the most pleasant people you guys have met so far in the city.
I don't know, they called me Morgan the Nice, and then turned that into a cat call.
How dare they?
I may have to just burn them alive. Thank you much. I prepared flame spirit just for the occasion.
It's like, you can use Ironside the Flame Belcher.
Well, I mean, I guess Morgan would be the one to make the call, but I don't think that'd be a problem. We will want to be heading to that temple soon, won't we? Try to make some kind of positive bankroll out of all this.
Well, I don't mind if he goes and sees the pirates. We may want to stop over there anyway. Hopefully Elmira is more sober. So, I can properly warn them not to raid our blight-infected town.
I don't think that's gonna be an issue or an option.
Well, then I might just have to live with it.
Either that or ask them to at
Well,
least
you're a
keep
likes-
this specific area clean.
I mean, I'd feel better if I warned them about it. If they still want to go ahead and raid the place, we'll warn the people we need to warn. And then they can, die choking on their own air because they were stupid enough to raid a blighted dock. But anyways, if you want to go gamble with the pirates, gamble with the pirates. You're not going to help me make favor with Cougar, so...
Alright, gotta go gamble with the pirates. XJ found his new favorite hangout.
I'll go with you,
Okay.
Morgan.
Okay. Also, yes, we should probably start making our way... So, actually, add a character real quick. Where is the temple exactly? You said it was a couple days trip, but is it like...
Yeah, it's southeast of Beechwood Retreat and Lochleal. It's a 3-day travel.
So would it make... Basically, my point was, would it make sense to, go back to the guild house before we stop, before the trip? Or would that be adding time to the trip?
I'm sorry, it's southwest of Lochleal. It's in the direction you travel leaving Beechwood Retreat.
I just wasn't
So
sure if that would add time to the, I mean, it still might add time, but, I guess my point was, how out of the way would be going back to Lochleal.
You could feasibly do it without adding time. Traveling to Lochleal, taking your rest at Lochleal, and then, continuing on. Because you will have to, take breaks, in between traveling.
Okay. Well, that was the thing, because it's that would flavor my plan of attack. Anyways, okay, so back. I think we should stop back in Lochleal before we go. One, who knows what the state of all of that is. And we do need to warn people about the potential of a pirate raid. Be good citizens.
New PSA.
Either way you slice it, I'd like to be back in Lockleal by the end of the day.
Yeah, if we want, we can leave Geraldine back there. Keep an eye on the fourth one of the building.
I mean, we can come with. It's not a big deal. Besides, you know, if it gets raided by pirates, we might just be getting them killed. But yes, we should talk to Kuker. We should probably gather some supplies. Rations, mostly. And then head home. Rest. I think I have to go to the fight pits tomorrow. And then we can go do this job.
And while you're prepping for your fight, we can bring up the discussion of the card again.
It's whatever. I just have no idea what a fair fight entails with that woman. You know, I can't tell if they were mad that I used magic or mad that I didn't get in the circle. Or both.
I think they were more mad that you hit someone who was basically on their last leg as it was.
Well, I'm sorry that Rain didn't take it to the chest. But anyways, it will be a brief distraction. But anyways.
Yeah, you can take some anger out, at least.
Should be good. But, that's my plan. We go make nice with Cougar. Supplies. We go home.
What do you want to do, Nyoka? You want to go play with pirates, or you want to go talk to Kuker?
I followed the boss.
And then we're going to see Cougar.
Alrighty. So as you guys are traveling and are moving out of this place, well, who's all going to see Cougar and who's going gambling with XJ?
I think XJ is the only one.
I think the XJ is the only one going to go have fun with pirates.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So as you are all leaving this establishment, a brawl is going to break out between two people closest to the stage where the entertainers are setting up. It appears two people are getting in a fight over, who's going to have the best seat in the Scarlet Nave. It is not settled quickly, and it erupts into a kind of a larger spectacle as you guys are leaving. But stepping out of there, heading towards Cougar's district. Of course, it's raining today, but that's not going to make Seatown any less populated with her thugs. That said, Seatown, she lives on the cliffside with all the buildings built into the various different ledges, and the rope bridges tying each one together. This area is like you can see her building is packed. She told you guys she has 30 mouths to feed. Probably all of them are within sight here. They're the three lookouts, by the entrance of the rope bridge are still there. They've got a broken wagon cover, just kind of like leaning on a box that's just acting as a shield from the rain from them. They're not gambling this morning. However, they are going to eyeball you stepping forward. One of them is going to get up and Ooh, I was gonna get up and come put a hand forward in front of Morgan and say, Kyuka warned us you might be coming looking for trouble. Come on, we don't really want to get into this early. Just go on.
We're not here for trouble.
We're here to make peace. Nice.
Looking down on you, all the people from the third floor where Kuker lives are just kind of like taking note of this altercation, him stepping in front of you. As they're gathering around the railing, the path is going to split, and Kingle is going to come to the railing, looking down at you guys, and he is going to start making his way down the stairs and say, "You have a lot of nerve showing your face here, and I'd kick you out of this side of town if I didn't owe you my life."
I was going to say...
He begins walking down towards you. As he does, Kuker steps out onto the balcony, also, through this crowd.
Like, they're up on the balcony, or they're coming downstairs?
Kuker's on the balcony. It's her gang. She wants to see what the commotion is. But Kingle, handles who goes up and sees her. She recognizes she has enemies.
Not her enemy. I've gotten over the stabbing.
That was like 12 hours ago. Come on.
I've healed up. Got a long rest in.
But yeah, Kingle walks down to you. He's just kind of got like a furrowed expression. And, he's going to look towards Melania and extend an arm.
Melania will take it.
And he's going to say, what have you come for? Information?
We've
debt
come
collection?
No, we've come to make peace on what happened last night.
Still, and I think I'm going to go with some more appropriate music for this.
We did not want things to escalate to the point we did.
Oh, go ahead.
And I was gonna, Melania's gonna be like, and I understand that I'm mostly to blame for the escalation. Not so much the fireball hitting us, but what happened to Willis. I do take responsibility for that.
He's gonna shake his head and say, I wouldn't worry too much about what happened to Willis. Word is his cadaver's walking around Yanya.
Well, that makes sense. I got docked the cost of the diamond that brought him back to life.
He's going to look up towards Kuker. She's gonna have to roll a perception check to hear what you guys are talking about down here. She's gonna like shrug, and he's gonna look back towards you, and he's gonna say, "Well, you shouldn't have to worry about making amends with us. You cost." He's gonna gesture to everybody up there and say, "You cost the Fingers a lot of money. Everybody's wondering how to put bread on the table for their families for the next few weeks." And he's gonna say it's all of them that you should be answering for.
And I intend
So,
to.
just so Morgan's aware of the math, Willis agreed to pay the 31 of them, including, or 32 of them, Kuker and Kingle, 150 gold each. That's 4,800 gold for the game.
Yeah, look, they're not getting that. I don't care what they think. Okay? From what I've understood about these things, the sheer fact that they'll be getting anything close to 3 digits won't make them all happy people.
I mean, they are poor pickpockets. Nonetheless, Kingle's gonna say, he's gonna gesture and say, she'll want to hear an apology from your mouth. Come on. He gestures up the rope bridge.
You know, we'll follow.
Does Milani follow?
I feel like I should stress that my arms are crossed, not in anything
Milani
resembling an
follows.
apologetic pose.
Nyoka follows, but he's gonna follow like a lapdog, basically behind Morgan.
Okay. As you guys make your way up this winding bridge, getting to the small balcony in front, the porch balcony in front of Kuker's house, walking by and squeezing by all these people, it is just the worst looks of like, oh, that's the one. That's the one. Kuker, standing out in the rain, looking at you, is going to say, what was discussed? Kingle is going to fill her in and says, Willis is still alive, and they feel bad about last night. Kuker is going to laugh and say, bad? Bad? That's it?
I lost control of my men. Things didn't go as planned. We made a deal, and I ended up not sticking to it.
She's going to gesture to, or just nod towards like a group of people that's surrounding you, Nyoka and Milani, and just nod at them and then nod to Nyoka, and they're going to step forward on Nyoka, and she's going to say, and what if I lost control of my men and I threw him off this ledge 3 floors below? Would just showing up tomorrow and saying sorry cut it?
In a very low voice, Nyoka's like, I've done that.
I was about to say, did you took that 4th level in Paladin, right? I'm like, well, if your men lost control and threw my Nyoka off this ledge, you, first of all, probably be well within your right. Also, Nyoka would land on his feet. Know your enemy. Also, and then Morgan, is there a table? Does she have a table?
You guys are outside her door. The inside of her house is open. She does have a table near the entranceway. Oh yeah, she would have a table on her balcony. She sits out here, but she doesn't have an umbrella. She's not fancy.
I was like, well, I don't have an umbrella, but I like the water. Well, I was just I wanted to know where I could put gold.
Oh yeah. I mean, even just pulling out a coin purse is gonna pull some eyes here.
Oh yeah, so no, I would I'd jangle my big sack of coins. I came to give you your cut of the bounty.
She's going to raise an eyebrow and say, I never agreed to take that bounty. Kingle is, going to tilt his head, looking towards her, and she's going to say, "How
really,
much?"
dog?
Yeah, this is, how much is how much is our cut?
400 gold.
She's gonna extend a hand and say, "This is a start to repairing our relationship."
Morgan will, I'm not sure how to take it, but I'll take the hand. Or she extend. Is it a handshake or is it?
Oh no, it's a put the coin purse in my hand.
I'm not giving. This coin purse does not hold 400 gold. I have one coin purse.
She doesn't know how much is in your coin purse.
Well, it sure is like 400 gold. It's much more than that. But some of that's
So it's
more
going to be a
than-
coin sack then, because...
Oh yeah, no, I've got a shit ton of gold.
Yeah, I was going to say about 400 gold. I think that's like 10 pounds.
Gotta distribute this weight, or get a bag of holding.
Yeah,
Acquire a bag of
this is the
holding.
easiest way. So...
Milani's
Oh, go ahead.
also gonna hand over 40 gold from his personal funds.
Mhm.
And look at her and say,
There's like a table,
And-
like I would start like putting that like on it.
So wait,
I-
how much does Milani hand over?
40.
40? Okay, he's gonna have to push through, the people threatening Nyoka. And, yeah, if you guys go inside, you are able to... place the money on the table. Everybody's gonna be standing outside looking at you. Morgan, you realize the bag of cut flour is still in the corner. They have sewn it shut, and they have turned it into a punching dummy.
I still have to replace that flour. That's right.
Does that punching dummy look like someone?
How much does a bag of flour cost?
A bag of flour. It depends on the weight. It's 1 copper piece for or 2 copper pieces for a pound of flour. So a bag would normally be somewhere between 30 and 40 pounds. So you'd be looking at like, I think you'd be looking at like 3 gold or 1 gold. Or
Nyoka is going to put a gold on the table and go pour the flour.
Slowly making reprimands. And she's going to just like nod as like you guys start paying the gold. And she's going to say, well, our chances to work with Willis might not be ruined. Word around the low docks is that he's wondering Yanyeth's still alive. No thanks to all your efforts that night in the temple.
I'm hurt. He's walking around exactly because of our efforts.
but now that you bring that up, who was that woman that attacked us?
Oh god. You, let's, see real quick. Okay. So, Morgan, what is your passive insight? Because that is a thing this edition.
So it's calculated the same way as passive perception, right? I just use my
Yes.
insight.
10,
It would be 17.
17? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're, going to be the only one who beats her, insight or her deception passively. You're gonna see her shiver a little bit and then just kind of play it off as like, her kind of like refining her shoulders and becoming a little bit more regal. And I guess since there are people watching the stream, I should probably put pictures of like who's talking up here. And she is like, when you mention the woman, she's gonna say Iskara. She's nobody that we have business with. Oh, probably just one of the people that have made Willis mad, or that Willis has ticked off in his day-to-day life. He has a way of doing that.
Didn't she specifically freak out because that's who popped up? Like, it's like out of character. It's like
She
I
begged
remember
in
that-
the water in front of you guys to Iskara not to kill her. And that she had no idea Iskara was going to be there.
But like, okay, so what did I get on her decept? Like, my insight?
So Milani asked, "What do you know about Iskara?" The name struck fear into her, and she hid her fear from everyone. You saw through her guise.
Yeah, that's what passive. That's why I like strong passive. Friday night rolls can't stop me now.
I mean, if she would have literally rolled like 1 or 2 higher, it would have been a different story.
But anyways, it's like, look, You don't have to lie to us. She did try fireballing my men, too. So.
All right. When you say that, there's going to be mummers among the scorn fingers, talking back and forth, and one of them's going to lean in and whisper to Kuker something in her ear, and then she nods and says, "I know, I'm handling it." And she's going to look back at you and say, "Is that all?"
Something wrong?
Seems like something's wrong. We mentioned our little fire friend, and they got all scared and hushed. I wish I inspired that kind of fear in you.
Mm-hmm. Kuker
Milani
is going to say, do you want information on her? If I tell you, it's going to cost you, and you won't hear it from me.
I believe that's how it works. I never hear anything from you. But how much?
She looks at everybody and says, it's business time, and just kind of nods to her house. The people surrounding you are going to kind of scatter until there's just, a handful of her most trusted people up here. And she's going to say, "What's left in that pouch of yours?"
A lot.
Naoka's gonna say that be her on.
She's going to gosh, she gets to set her own terms. And she's gonna say 150 gold.
I'll give you 50 now. And then we'll see what the information's worth.
And she's gonna say 75, and you don't come back knocking in these parts about it.
What does that mean? Like I can't come, I have to stop asking about this woman, or I need to stay away from her place?
Don't. Do you ask that to her?
I mean, yeah, I guess more or less.
She's gonna say, "Iskara's not the type of person that we want to tangle with. Iskara's not the type of person we want to tangle with. If word spreads out around the city that information about her is getting out, situating from the cliffside, or located around the cliffside, she's going to be here, lobbing fireballs at my people. We speak of this once, and only once."
That's fair. They should only have to hear about it once.
Do you pay her?
Yeah, I'll give her the 75.
She's going to count it twice, and then just kind of dump it into a coin purse at her side, and she's gonna just kind of look around, make sure she can trust all of these faces and no one's in disguise, and she's gonna say, "Iskara is a plant. She's from the Gaiori. They want to make a move against the Master of Magic in the city soon."
I like that guy. Pompous, but seems well.
She nods and says he tries to keep peace among all the different orders in the city, but if she had it her way, only the Gaiori serving Asatar Barina, or Asatar Gaius would be allowed to practice within the city. And the moment that happens, it's only a few months' time before Beechwood Retreat is within Undar's national borders. Had to think of the word for a second. That said, it's way above people like ours' purview. We keep our heads out of the political mess. The Master of Magic's held on to his seat of power for this long, so...
Maybe above your pay grade. But... mine? That woman, fair not, almost put my ranger in the grave. If I get my chance, I'll send her to the bridge.
She's gonna nod and say, regardless, do what with the information what you will. I don't know why she has any business with Willis, but I know that we've tried to partner with her group of bandits. They're only a front.
Do you know where she meets?
She is going to shake her head and say, "No, she ran us out of Yanyeth a few months ago."
We'll have to keep it in mind. Obviously, this conversation never happened.
She nods and says, "And you can count this as a check in your favor towards repairing our relationship. Someday soon, hopefully we can consider it mended."
Oh, I do hope that we can mend these fences. Yet again, I do apologize for what happened last night. I'm working on getting better control of my people.
With that, Nyoka is going to hiss.
She is going to say the rudest thing you have ever heard. Just with her few people here, she's going to look back inside and say, rabid hounds respond better to treats than the whip. It's a word of advice.
Nyoka looks at her and goes...
Oh, go ahead.
Nyoka looks at her and goes, "I don't see you as a dog keeper."
And she's going to say, "I'm not. You can get off of my balcony now."
Come on, boys. We're not wanted at the moment.
Did I just want to make sure I understood that statement right. You said, "I don't see you as a dog keeper"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meaning that Nyoka really doesn't get the point of what she just said there.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anyone wants to look into her role, it's a DC 6. Did she just call me a dog?
I mean, that's a perception or an insight check. I pass it.
Yeah.
I know. I know what she just said. Now I know full well that my dogs are of a higher breed, damn it.
And they are wonderful, loving individuals who just, need a little bit more attention. Alright, so where do you want to go from here?
Where do we want to go from here? Do we want to go find XJ? Do we want to get the rations first?
If you want
Also,
to
yeah, so
decide,
Morgan,
we can.
that's-
Okay.
That's actually directed at the party. Like, I'm told that I should be nicer to all of you. So,
We should probably go make sure XJ hasn't murdered anyone.
Naoka
Fair
looks
enough.
at you and goes, "Are you feeling better, boss?"
you know, I love rainy days. And I found out that I can do a great service to the Master of Magic and get petty revenge.
Well, to be fair, if she
Bonus!
kills them,
Petty
he's not
revenge
gonna
on top of
pay
it!
us. Morgan.
Hmm?
If she kills him, he can't pay us.
That's fair. So we have an active interest in getting that petty revenge.
So we'd be doing.
Oh, I have
that-
an active interest for the fact she blew me up the other night.
Well, yeah, see petty revenge. See petty revenge.
Iskara had no beef with you guys. She had
Yeah,
no
well, she
idea
still
she
tried to
was
blow
there.
us up, so, you know,
Yeah.
she may not have had
You know,
beef,
she
but
should have
heated
thought of that
up the
before she
grill,
struck fire at us.
right? Like, she may have not had beef, but she heated up the grill. So,
Yeah, she didn't have beef, but she gave us beef.
Alrighty.
but
So, what was the decision? Go. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you guys. Okay, go ahead.
we were gonna go make sure that XJ hasn't started a pirate bar fight yet.
Question, did I start a pirate bar fight?
Well, that's what we're gonna jump over to. So, you know, the pirates that are on shore at this tavern. It is the Happy Jester. I'm assuming you go back to inside the cove. Let's see. I need to set percentages for this. So above 40%, the people from yesterday are still there. 61 for the Shia Ren. Oh God. Okay. So XJ goes to the Happy Gesture, and he is going to step into this establishment. Candelabra is there with his Candelabra is still there with his crew gambling on the front table. It is a 3-story building. This is the den. This is the entranceway. This is, you know, the dirtiest part of it. The squabbler. I don't know if that's the right word. Parlor. Maybe that's the better word.
So you mean the best part of it?
Yeah. This whole building is built, and we looked up this word last session on like the way this building's structured, so that it actually extends over the street and the upper floors get larger. But I forgot the name of it. It's like myconcealing or something. Anyways, this building extends and gets larger into the upper floors of it. But once again, the bottom floor is just this small, just rectangular den with only one server down here tending to the, let's see, 7 people down here. Among the people XJCs, of course, the person at the tavern keep, Candelabra and his 3 other people. And then there is going to be another man with a large flamboyant hat and 2 crossbows on the sitting on the table. He's got a he's got a large piece of dried meat in his hand, and he's chewing off pieces of it. It seems more like leather than actual food. He's eyeballing you as you step in.
Alright. So many choices. I'm gonna join Candelabra's table and basically ask room for one more.
Yeah, you can squeeze in, and Candelabra is going to, like, as you come back, he's going to nod or nudge you and say, me took your, blah. God, it's such a weird accent. Me took your suggestion, and he's gonna pull out a flask of oil and says, next time me be needing to set somebody aflame, I'll be doing it with me lit dagger and a candle. Candle lighting the dagger, throwing it at them.
Good. I'm gonna grab. I'm assuming we're all playing. It's like I can think of someone I'm going to set on fire if I ever run into them again.
He's gonna nod and say, "It'd be the truest way to send someone to the grave. The hierarchy only be wanting it that way."
Most satisfying, I can agree.
Yeah, you guys begin to gamble. I've been rolling XJ's gamble checks. If you want, I can roll it for him again, or you can roll me a flat d20, and you can add your proficiency modifier to it if you're proficient with playing cards.
I am proficient in playing cards.
Alrighty. This is this game is more so for fun that they're on today. Just kind of like while they're waiting for their to rally all their other pirates and go after their next score. They're only gambling with silver pieces.
All right, that's fine.
Go ahead and roll me that d20. You're going to tie with another pirate. You guys split a bounty of you split a bounty of 5 gold. One person's going to get 3 and one person's going to get 2.
Double or nothing.
The pirate's going to be kind of raking it towards them and say, "It'd only be right while we're here in the sea that they cater to us in the cove. We honor the rules of this town. You don't be messing with pirates."
Before he does that, I'm like, I have a better idea. And I'm going to push over more of my pot, like double or nothing.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? I have no bonuses for this.
He's gonna say, "No, me be taking me 3 gold."
Fine, I'm gonna let him.
3 silver. 3 silver.
His 3 silver. I'm gonna let him. Fine.
Right. You gain 2 silver from that hand. By the time the cards are all dealt and played, so just like in how this is going,
I just realized I might actually have to ask for change. I don't have silver.
they will deal you in. You can trade 1 gold piece and gain 10 silver pieces. They try and swindle you. They're not smart enough to. They just rolled a 3.
Oh, please, I know the conversion rate. I'm a mercenary.
But anyways, the way this is all working, to get into the cove, you actually have to pass Kuker's neighborhood. And so that conversation with Kuker only took, 5 minutes? By the time you play this first hand, and you are getting ready to go into the second hand, the party would be, approaching the cove. The footsteps of Nyoka, Morgan, and everything. Nyoka, and I don't know why I said in everything. The only other person is Geraldine and Milani. Would all be echoing outside. The party arrives at the Happy Gesture. They see XJ laughing and having a good time with the Shiarid pirates.
Well, the place isn't on fire, so that's a good sign.
Already a plus.
Morgan notices there is a pirate in the back of the shop. He has 2 crossbows on the table. He's drinking with another companion. He's been eyeballing this direction. As you walk in, he is going to pick up the crossbow, lean back in his chair, and begin loading it.
Wait, so I walked in and this guy's ready to crossbow me?
He seems to know you.
Lord, what did I do?
Think of all the people I scammed. Gotta think.
They're mostly women! I mostly infuriate women!
I just picture Morgan now takes a giant step behind Milani.
Oh, no. I'm the kind of person that's just like, oh, you want to crossbow me? You want to do this, motherfucker? I'll yell at you from across the room, but that's because I'm ranged.
Say it again?
Brandon, did I see it?
No. He's not made any aggressive action. Morgan just picks this up on her passive perception. She picks up, all of his actions. Everybody sees him in the back of the room. But I mean, just scanning the room, it's just like, oh, there's 7 people in here. That guy's, a little bit flamboyant.
So yeah, there's just some dude with crossbows who noticed my presence and immediately decided to load the crossbow. Let's see, who have I all pissed off? Like I said, they're mostly women. Oh god, it's one of my siblings! Yeah, so Morgan will kind of gesture. That man in the back with the crossbow seems to have purposely noticed our presence. So let's go do what we do best and make friends.
He's loading a crossbow at us. Let's walk up to him and talk to him.
Hey, he gets disadvantage at range, at melee range.
Alright, so you approach him, and, XJ sees his party walk in, and then just walk completely by him.
I'm going to kind of follow their eyesight. Do I see the man with the crossbows?
Yeah, you noticed him before. He's been talking to his companion the whole time you've been gambling. Just kind of, looking back at you, but nothing menacingly.
Nyoka is going to get ahead of Morgan.
I'm
super lot.
I'm actually going to ask Candelabra, who's that guy in the corner?
He's gonna look and then just kind of look back and say, "He be a disgrace to our name." He's a pirate turned pirate hunter. Don't give him much trouble if he don't give us much, though.
Roranor Zoro?
Zoro doesn't use crossbows.
That's fair.
He has one crossbow in one hand, another crossbow in another, and one in his teeth.
He has a blow dart. He's a blow guy.
Why do I feel like he's compensating for something?
He's compensating for how not dead all of us are.
Dude, Zoro's a badass. Don't judge.
I don't know, I'm kind of looking at my group, and I'm looking at this, and it's like, how many people am I going to have to kill after this? This is going the way I think it's going.
Well, to be fair, by the end of it, you probably won't have many left.
I was like, damn it, I like this place.
He's going to stand up, as the party approaches him. Push a hand to move Nyoka aside and says, "Move, Snake Tongue," and look at Morgan and say, "You have something that belongs to me. The drunken Ironwind Banshee said you have my necklace."
What? I did not say shit.
No, pointing the crossbow at Morgan.
I'm very clearly wearing that necklace. That's the thing.
Nyoka just moved back right in front of him.
The Tavern Keep is going to say, "Hey, respect the cove!" And he's going to look and say, "This be none of your business!" Looking back at Morgan.
I'm sorry, what did you want again?
Say it again?
I tend to only respond to manners.
He's going to spit and say, "Manners are a scoundrel's excuse to stab you in the back."
Personally, I like to stab from the front. Sometimes the side if I'm feeling saucy.
He's gonna say, "This lad's got a good head on under his armor. I suggest you be listening to your friend, otherwise you might be getting stabbed from the front."
Listen, Long John, jackass.
I should have been a pirate, damn it!
How's XJ the most likable among you guys?
I'm very likable.
No, you're not.
You're right.
You're not even likable in your group.
I like Morgan, and that's all that matters.
It is all that's matters.
Morgan, if it makes you
That's
feel
why I
better,
never get
people that you cannot
inspiration.
see like you.
All I have to say is charisma 8. That's why.
I mean, I have charisma, but it's mostly for scaring people. I'm actually surprised I'm so well liked.
Milani, hearing him say, running his mouth like this, is going to step out in front of him, in front of Nyoka now, and be like, "Listen, asshole. That was given to us. Whatever grievance you have with her is between you."
He nods and says, and she stole it from me.
Well, keep a better hand on your items then.
I feel like I'm
do
going to have to get up and
believe-
start stabbing soon.
I believe the rules state that once it's out of your hands, it belongs to whoever stole it.
Go ahead and roll me a insight check. DC 11.
Any of us or just Morgan?
Or, you know what? I'll allow it as a history. I'll allow it for anyone to do business in this region. Insight on Morgan's check is DC... I'm going to set it lower. I'm going to set it to DC 10 on Morgan if you're inciting Morgan's statement. History check on what Morgan's referencing is DC 11.
I don't get it.
So Morgan says that to Milani and Nyoka. Morgan is quoting a principle of the Lodox. Once stolen, it's yours. You can only steal it once.
So, okay, yeah. Milani's gonna, after she says that, is gonna look back at him and go, "So once it was out of your possession, guess what? You have no claim to it."
He's gonna raise the crossbow from Morgan's face into the air, just kind of not holstering it, but not as threatening as he rolls his head and says, "Don't be creeds, creeds, creeds! Everybody in this wretched city with their damn creeds." And he's gonna say, "You think if I gave a damn about the creeds, I'd be pointing this crossbow at you?"
I mean, obviously you don't care about creeds or your well-being to threaten me. Besides, why do you even want it? Is it your grandma's?
So,
Actually,
Pretty, but
let's
it's not flashy.
let's see what relationship it is to this guy. We're gonna roll on a on a D4.
I would love it if he just meekly said yes.
Brendan,
Yes.
he still has the crossbow pointed in the air.
He brought it up for a second of just God, I don't care about these. Look, I have a crossbow in your face. I'm threatening you inside of the cove. You think I care about that? And he points
When
it
he
back.
does that, can I just unhook the bow from...
Yeah, you can attempt to roll a disarmament attempt, and I'll allow that to be it, to, firing it into the ceiling. Go ahead and do it.
Please
That
don't.
could be seen as an aggressive action.
That's why. Can we not have 2 weeks in our...
Yeah, crossbow has a loading property, though, so it's not like he's going to be able to load it back this round and shoot you. So...
I mean, to be fair, him pointing a crossbow at us would be considered an aggressive action as it
I would
is.
say
Yeah.
we've already.
I mean, it's pretty aggressive.
Actually, he hasn't left the table yet, but he's getting ready to jump up.
Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, I was rolling this. All right. 1, it is a siblings. 2, it is his parents. 3, it is a family heirloom. 4, it was given to him by a lover. 3, it belonged to his parents, and so when you say let's go evens father, odds mother.
I was kind of
odds.
hoping there would be a fourth option of he stole it from someone else.
And when you say, what's it mean to you? Did your grandmother give it to you? And it's like, no, me mom did.
Should have kept better care of it.
He is going to point back and say, yes, but that thieving wench came into my quarters and stole it. And he looks and says, inside the cove.
Look, and Morgan will say this as she's unclasping the necklace. It's not worth it to me to really cause a fuss. You just could ask nicely for, you know.
Are you really doing that?
I mean,
Are
I
you
don't
really,
actually...
after everything we've done, you're really doing that?
Well, if I don't defuse the situation now, I feel like we're gonna start a bar fight.
I would be fine with that. I've got a table of friends.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't seem like he's pretty well liked in here as it is.
Also, as it stands, I actually have no personal attachment to the necklace.
So that's the only amount of payment we've received from her for helping her.
And
Oh
the
no, we
leather
got
bag.
money from... Yeah, the leather bag, and then, you know, she made it hail the last time we saw her. You know, like, I don't have a personal attachment to this. It's not like, you know, Elmira is the greatest love of my life. She's just a, you know, skeezy pirate chick who just happens to be really cute. So it's whatever. So yeah, you know.
Maybe that was your ticket to get laid, though, and you lost it.
I
Lenny
would
will
like to
look-
state right now, I feel like it is infinitely difficult to get laid when you bring 4 dudes with you to every conversation.
He's gonna take the necklace, inspect it over, look back to his friend, and just gesture and say, "Let her free." He puts the crossbow on his shoulder and hooks the other one at his waist. And he's gonna nod to you and say, "You be good lads, not like these other scoundrels that drink in this place." He's gonna go back to his table.
I was kind of hoping I'd be allowed to stab. Continues playing cards.
You know, Morgan, we probably could have gotten some coin out of him for it.
You don't start problems in the cove. Besides,
No.
I don't.
After getting chewed out last night, Nyoka has been biting his tongue, trying not to take matters in his own hand.
You should take matters into your own hands, Nyoka.
Fair enough.
Besides, the good favor we can accrue is often better. You know, it'll pay dividends later, or it won't.
As they're walking away from
Oh,
him.
actually, we haven't walked away quite yet. It's like, you, necklace boy. What's your name?
He's gonna say necklace man. And he is gonna say,
Just owning it. All right.
he's gonna say, Captain Jordan Alexander.
Oh my god, it's Captain Jordan Alexander!
Candelabra is going to look back from his game and say, "You need a boat to be a captain." And he's gonna say,
Although, actually, you don't need a boat to be a captain. You could be a captain in, like, I think Milani was a captain.
well,
Pretty
in,
sure,
in
like,
the sense
XJ's
that
a
he's
captain.
claiming he's a captain.
Well, true.
He's
Military
not. He's
captain.
not. Yeah, he's not a military man. If there is any creed of respect or you know, like code that a military would follow, he's definitely just spit on all of it. Gosh, what is yeah, and he's gonna say he's gonna say former Captain Jordan Alexander. And he's gonna tip his hat to you as he sits back down and says, "It won't be in your hair much longer."
You know, you keep claiming you're not nice, yet you keep doing shit like this.
I just want that to be like the slow pan over there, and it's
You can
just
hear
kinda
the
like,
you can hear the
you can like
stone
hear the
grinding.
creak, like
It's called a public face.
Stab him in the back. Stab him. It's not a great chant, but
Morgan Darbahari. In case you ever end up back in my hair.
He's gonna nod, and gonna say, and he's gonna gesture to the barkeep and say, get her the good ale on me. The keep's going to nod and start preparing you a drink. A few moments later, stumbling down these stairs, the man's companion, or Jordan's companion's going to come behind Elmira, who he shoves into the parlor of the room. And he's going to put the necklace on the table as he as the other man brings Elmira down. And he's gonna say, next time I find your thieving fingers on me stuff, I'll cut them all off. I almost shipped that captain of yours your hands, but you better thank this one. And she's going to look over to Morgan and like, gosh, so much is gonna happen because she's been drunk all day, and she's just going to have that moment of fear of like, oh, you've come looking for. She's just gonna nod to Jordan and say, she's actually gonna rip her hand free, and she's gonna say, if we ever catch you in the seas, whatever vessel you're on is gonna be sunk. Clenching her teeth and talking, leaning over this table. She looks at the tavern keep. The tavern keep is going to shrug and say, no blood was spilled. The cove still stands. She's going to growl at Jordan, look at the party, and say, thanks, and storm out.
But wait.
I don't think she actually thanked us.
She did.
Why must all of the women in my life be mad?
You guys saved her hands because the next thing was him going to go upstairs and chop off her hands.
Well, yeah, and those are very pretty hands, and I'm glad that I saved them.
Can Nyoka get in front of her before she gets out the door?
Yeah, you can. That's just what happened. Like, he brought her down, brought her to the table. He's like, I got my necklace back. Next time I catch you, like, messing with me, I'm seriously effing you up. And she's like, if you ever come in my domain, I'm effing you up. And then storms out.
Yeah, Nyoka's gonna get in front of her, and prevent her from leaving.
But why?
Because her dirty pirate friends are going to go invade an arch-blight-infested dock.
Oh, right, I forgot about that
And
detail.
active in, it's like...
Am I gonna have to put down my cards, or...?
No, you're good. I mean, if a bar fight starts, I might need you. But,
Yeah, she's gonna be like, what? I never said anything like that.
Yeah, so Nyoka's gonna be like, the blue lady wants a word with you before you leave.
She's gonna be like rubbing at her wrists, and she's gonna say, "I'll pay what I promise to pay what I told her I was going to pay. It's just taking a second to get them to get the coin."
My problem is how you intend to get that.
Yeah, Nyoka's
Morgan
going
says,
to motion
entering this
towards
conversation.
the table.
We might want to try to find somewhere a little more private.
Jordan and his companion are already picking up their stuff and getting ready to leave. But
I say we stay here, but
I mean, all the pirates should probably be aware of why it's stupid to go to Lockleal. I'm not necessarily going to stand up on that table and announce it, but
yeah, you guys can have
a private conversation.
Yeah, you guys can get a table in the private corner of this establishment. eyeball the door just like Jordan was. Elmira is going to say, if I don't show up to my crew, later today, they're going to come looking. And when the Iron Wind blows, it's not something you want to be on the receiving side of.
This won't take too long, but
I don't intend to keep you. I'm not mad or anything.
In fact, we could spend a night together, just the two of us.
But yesterday, you drunkenly informed us that you intended to raid Lockleal with the plan, using the ship manifests we so nicely gave you.
She's going to say... she's going to look very confused for a moment and say, really? We talked? I don't even remember how I got to this town.
You were very, very drunk. It was almost cute.
yeah, me and you had a nice little sing-along.
She's just going to, lean back in her chair, hands on her head, and say, well, I'm not sure what I said, but of course it can't be trusted.
Look, I'm going to spell it out very plainly. I don't much care what happens to the White Cloaks. Even some of the people that live there. But Lockleal was recently the victim of an attack by Archblade. The docks, that side of town, doesn't exist anymore. It's infested with the disease they bring.
Out of character, what does infested mean?
Infested?
Yeah, you said infested.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're making fun of my small lisp. Okay. I'm not going to pretend there's not other ways you can raid a city, but if you're going to go through the docks, or by the docks, all you're going to do is get sick. And then you're going to die. And then you're going to take a bunch of other people with you, because you're pirates.
You're gonna spread it even further than that.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Making sure you were alive to pay me back one day.
She is going to nod and say, that's good information. And if my captain asks where I've been, I'll tell her I've been collecting it. Yeah. And she's going to lean forward across the table. Oh, by the way, Morgan was brought a drink by the tavern keep, as you got your table. She's going to lean across the table and, just kind of tap Morgan on the table and say, thanks. I really owe you one.
This is about 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Does her hand linger?
Does it?
Well, where is the hand? Where am I being touched?
It's not a punch. It's like an open hand. Just tap on the shoulder.
Oh, that's what I was like. I said touched.
Yeah, it's definitely full palmed.
In true Nyoka cockblock fashion, he's gonna reach over and daintily grab her hand and set it on the table.
Alright. Yeah, the hand doesn't linger, but it's just kind of it is there for a second, and then Nyoka would be stepping forward.
God, I gotta say, it is so weird watching someone get friend zoned in a mythical world like this.
No, I love this. Keep doing it.
That's because we don't do nearly enough of this in our other groups.
What are you talking about? Someone's engaged.
I miss Brock.
But how often do they get cock-blocked?
Only by wolves and werewolves and vampire orcs.
She's,
I think a werewolf would make being in the bed a lot more interesting, to be honest.
She's going to look to the tavern keep and say, oh, this guy doesn't have a name. And we'll just name him. Or actually, we're just gonna call him Keeps. And she's gonna say, Keeps. And she's gonna gesture to Morgan and say, I want to pay her back. She can have the rest of my the time in my room. He's gonna say, you haven't paid for any time yet. She's gonna say, well, put it on the Iron Winds tab. He grumbles, brushing a hand towards your direction.
Morgan's gonna like roll her eyes. Financial responsibility is a core character trait.
I mean, she has money. She literally threw it at you guys yesterday.
Yeah, but no, it's kind of like the Willis thing. It's like, I could pay for this. Whatever. I'm a pirate.
Except last time Willis was a sleazebag, this time it's a pirate.
I mean, they come in and out of here all the time.
Oh, so I got that drink. I would kind of nonchalantly push it forward. That could be construed as an offering, but it's mostly just, I have to stress, Morgan does not drink alcohol.
And she's gonna take it and say, ale, not your thing? Wine?
I prefer water,
Boring!
says the robot.
What do you care, Akshay? You can't drink anything.
Just like, that may be true, but I can at least make an attempt.
It's like, I may not be able to
Please
drink,
tell
but I
me
know...
someone passes a drink to XJ.
Listen, Soul Rock, get back to your card game.
She's going to take out of her satchel at her side and slop something onto the table. It jiggles a little bit. It is her water skin, and she gestures to it and drinks your ale.
I feel like I should inspect it. I saw how drunk this woman was yesterday.
Nyoka takes it and snips it.
It's secretly like vodka or something.
Right?
I mean, it smells like alcohol. Not because there's alcohol inside of it, but because probably the last person who drank from this was like heavily intoxicated. Otherwise, it smells like water. Or I guess it doesn't smell like anything.
Nyoka's gonna drink a little bit like a wine tester.
Poison tester.
Yeah, it's just water.
And then he hands it to Morgan.
Thank you. And then...
Oh, Morgan, your guard dog is extra protective today.
Well, maybe he feels a proper amount of shame for last night's debacle.
Nyoka just spits at Milani.
Everybody's spitting on the floor. Yeah, gosh, would she comment on that? I feel like she would. She's going to say, your crew thinks you're rather delicate. She's gonna say, I don't know. To me, you look like somebody who'd be good with their hands.
Milani hearing her say that basically starts laughing.
Phrasing.
No, after
I'm just imagining like her leaning forward. Go on.
And I mean, yeah, if everybody's like just leaning, she's just gonna like sip her ale and just say, oh, I mean,
no,
nothing
Milani
by it. I know.
is physically laughing at the statement where she says we think she's delicate.
See, That's what I said. You know how hard it is to date when you constantly have like 4 dudes nearby.
And she's gonna
What are you
say,
talking
I
about?
mean,
Morgan's one of the dudes.
I mean nothing by it. I just say I've seen your guild firsthand. You make it look as clean as possible, but not afraid to get your hands dirty.
Well, that's more or less because the other idiot throws a hissy fit if there's a speck of dirt on the ground.
You should appreciate Yolmar, otherwise you'd be the one cleaning.
You don't pay me for that. You pay me to kill people.
Yeah, we're gonna have to adjust that after last night.
And occasionally not kill people.
I was gonna say, we're really good at one of
Elmira
those things.
is going to say last night, leaning in with interest.
We
We did things.
killed Willis Calcador, and then we fixed it.
We killed him like 3 times.
I counted 4. We did almost drown him as well.
No, we did drown him.
Oh, did we drown him?
Yeah, he started drowning, and yeah, you did. That's what killed him, suffocation. He was rolling death saving throws underwater.
Suffocation, no breathing, don't
Yeah, exactly.
XJ walking along the river floor.
She's gonna say, never cared, myself for, whether or not if people found themselves on, accidentally on the other side of my blade. Can't do it much around, in this town, so I gotta say I envy you just a little bit.
Yeah, we were outside of town.
Like, literally
But-
just outside of town.
Mhm.
Like a stone's throw outside of town.
Things got out of hand rather quickly. I didn't want him dead. He was worth more alive.
She's going to gesture to the north part of the city behind her, and say the merchant lords honor the agreement. We don't make much trouble within the city. That includes their protected trade routes. But anything that strays outside of that, it's free picking. But while I'm here, she shrugs and says, looking at Nyoka, and says, "I'm on a leash. I gotta say, I'm just envious."
Oh, if only I could keep them unleashed.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you probably have a bigger body count than any of us combined.
She has only accidentally killed 2 people since the story has started.
That's double our body
When you
count.
think about it, XJ
yeah, true.
actually hasn't killed anyone.
That's fair.
That's double.
That's fair.
No, you killed someone. It was off camera.
Mhm.
It was.
Oh yeah, it was
I
off
killed
camera. Her kills were off camera too.
Well, so on-camera kills, we currently own it at 1.
Mhm.
Just several times over.
Like, enough.
No, there was the one-legged guy in the fighting pits.
We didn't kill anyone in the fighting pits.
We did.
No,
Oh,
that's true, isn't it? We divine that crit you hit with that divine smite.
He lived.
Yeah, that,
Eventually.
I didn't know about the ruling at that time. Yeah, I didn't roll that,
That
as a,
lucky
yeah,
bastard.
as a person that died. But yeah, if we'd been playing now, yes, totally. She's gonna lean forward and say, "All right, so who'd you kill? What happened?"
Ugh.
I love a good
People
fight.
were hucking firebombs at us. We didn't really appreciate
Aren't
it.
you at a table gambling?
Mhm.
I can still talk.
I just feel like you're shouting from across the room.
I absolutely am.
Yeah, he's peanut gallerying just like Candelabra did when Jordan introduced himself, like, "Captain," like, "You're not a captain."
Just imagine the 2 old Muppets.
You're not too far off.
Say that one more time for me, XJ. She asks, so who'd you kill? what happened, and you said somebody was lobbing fireballs. Oh, yep, I remember. And she's gonna say, "Oh, we just got cannons on some of our ships. They're fantastic."
Ooh.
These aren't cannons. These were actual
XJ would love a
Magical.
cannon attached to him.
Magical fireballs.
Could become Cannon Hand.
Ironside, the blasting fist.
Yes!
We went to go discuss a potential job with Willis. During the spiel, they got Nyoka got protective.
She curses, and spits like onto the floor, and says, "What a fucking reaner! You did right to kill him. I would have killed him if I'd saw him." And she's gonna say, a couple months ago, he got us to lure a Heimsdale Navy out into open seas, so we could pillage one of their boats, specifically one carrying arms. He had left us high and dry in the water as him and a crew stole off with the flagship.
At that statement, Nyoka's gonna look at Morgan and go, "Yeah, see, I'm a badass."
It was a couple months ago, is what she said.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Willis
anyway.
told you guys he was a changed person.
yeah, and my 19 insight check told me that was true. He still probably could have out-deceived me, but
He was a changed person, alright. He went from alive to dead.
Yeah, and then dead to
And then
alive,
from dead to alive.
then alive to dead, and then dead to alive.
He goes through a lot of changes.
yes, well, one thing led to another. My friend here motions to Milani. Filled him up with that divine power. We managed to resuscitate him. We were attacked by, and I'm suddenly conflicted if I should invoke the name out loud. Yeah, whatever. Was it Asera?
Iskara.
Ascara.
Does she know that name? I mean, she doesn't have... Oh, wait. Okay, so I just rolled things, and I need to designate them. Candelabra.
Is it
Then next is going to be, what's her face? Elmira, and then the third is going to be the Tavern Keep. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
So to finish my statement?
Yeah.
Attacked us. Probably because she didn't like Willis either. Well, she fireballed us. That almost killed Willis. Almost killed, I believe Geraldin's with us. Motions to him. And then we managed to get out of the church we were in. And then managed to drown Willis. So it all was for nothing. And then the, who resurrected
I wouldn't say
him?
it was all for nothing. We got to drown Willis. It was pretty satisfying.
So who resurrected him? Was it the Gaiori, or?
It was the Gaiori.
And then he was resurrected by the Gaiori, as they had questions.
The Gaiori were not the ones who had questions for him, but they were the ones capable of resurrecting him.
Yeah.
That was the hierarchy that had questions for him.
The Silver Sigil.
Galena Maeve.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry.
Alright, so that's a lot of information for her. When you say all of that, she's gonna nod and say, I don't doubt he's crossed more than one or two people in the city. It's right good he got what's coming to him, though. And she's going to slam down her mug, point at the tavern keep and say, "Hey, around for this guy," pointing at Milani. On me again." He grumbles, and he's gonna probably say, "They're not even pirates. They can't drink on your tab." And she's gonna say, she's gonna push her mug to Milani and say, "Another one for me."
Nice.
We could be pirates. We could be considered pirates. Actually, I would love to be a pirate.
God, there's a weird twist to take things.
We can build a working relationship with pirates.
I mean, right now you guys have met 3 pirates: Candelabra, Elmira, and Jordan, and they all like you. So
Yeah, but why do we make good friends with pirates? Something's wrong here.
I told you, we're not the heroes of the story.
We're not heroes, period.
Anyways. But yeah, there was gonna be. Was there something? Is it just
No, that's it.
Drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. But back to an earlier statement. I'm not fragile. They're just overprotective.
Well, we're overprotective because if we let her loose, she'll end up killing everyone.
Actually, that's probably the most prominent statement you've made all night.
That's the kind of
It's like
commentary
noon.
right there. It's like, he's right. She would kill us all.
And just, from the peanut gallery. Elmira's gonna nod, and the tavern keep's, gonna come and bring her another drink. She's going to down it, taking, just a second, drinking it in front of you. Well, quite a few seconds, drinking it in front of you. Reach into her boot, and she's gonna pull out a dagger and stab it into the table near Morgan's hand. And say, we'll keep that. I'll get it back from you when I pay you the rest of what I owe you. Don't let anybody else decide your fate. And she's gonna start stumbling out of this place.
Yeah, she's drunk already.
I mean,
I'm gonna marry that pirate.
She's been drinking a lot already.
she just had a full a full thing of good alcohol. What Jordan bought for her. What Jordan bought for Morgan was he did not skimp. He's just hey, make sure you bring out the really good stuff.
So he got top shelf for her.
Yeah, and then Elmira just drank most of that, ordered another, drank all of it, and it's just, hey, it's almost the afternoon. It's at this point, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, and she's ready to go about her day.
Completely wasted. Yeah.
Nobody tells pirates not to show up drunk to the job.
Brandon, Nyoka is going to take the mug that was offered Morgan, and he's going to pour half of it into the cup that Elmira just finished with.
No, she offered the drink to Milani. Morgan told her Milani killed Willis.
Oh,
and she was like, "Good job. Here's a drink."
Actually, he's still gonna do that. He's just gonna pour half of it into the other cup, and then start drinking it.
Milani's gonna inspect the dagger.
I mean, it's a nice dagger. It's ornate. It's carved in the shape. The hilt. It's carved in the shape of a blowing breeze. Just kind of like that. You remember the sigil, the Ironwind sigil? That I described, and I don't remember where my notes are, but I know it's, the combination of a breeze and sword flowing in metal. It's basically that's what the hilt looks like. It's small enough that you can. It's small enough that you can conceal it in a boot or a sleeve or something like that. It's smaller than, most daggers you'd find. It's probably about twice the size of a kitchen knife.
Alright, can I do an investigation, see if there's any magical properties to it?
Yeah, you can. Or no, it would be an Arcana check. It is,
It's the same modifier.
I will do an Arcana check.
yeah.
It's the same modifier, if that helps any.
14, I mean, it's, nicely crafted. You don't, think it's magical. There's, no way really to tell with these things. Same thing with, Morgan. You'd have to, like, detect, like, magic on it, or, something similar. But yeah, from what you can tell, you don't see any traces of magic on this thing.
Could we forge it?
Yeah, I would say just because of how nicely it's crafted, it would be a DC 23 to replicate it perfectly. Anything above DC 17, you'd get really close to it. That anybody could, you could probably pass it off if nobody closely inspects it.
Well, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it in my boot.
You can add Elmira Boot Dagger to your list.
Yay!
And we'll rule it's half the weight of a regular dagger.
Dagger.
Oh, it's mithril.
It's God, so this thing is so light in your hand, it's less than a pound. Its weight is negligible.
Oh wait,
She didn't hand you a knife, she handed you a letter opener.
I mean, it's
I put a tilde in there.
Yeah. It's more so a blade like this would more so be used for assassins or spies, which would
or
make
cheating.
Yeah.
In a battle pit.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheating in a battle pit.
You know what? I'm also going to say it has advantage whenever you make a sleight of hand check to conceal it.
Nice.
You can just write that with it. I don't ever plan on throwing you guys in prison and confiscating all your goods, but if I do, there you go.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time it's happened to me.
Oh, God.
Twice, actually.
XJ, no, like, we need to arrest this robot. Do we have to? So big and heavy.
How do we take his stuff? Well, I guess just pop off his arm and just put it in evidence.
It's like, try it.
Just put him in evidence.
Just like, you, stand there.
I can picture them taking XJ's arm off and he's flipping him off the whole time.
Oh god, no, XJ would not let anyone take his arm willingly. Like, no one takes that shit but XJ.
Well, I think we should probably head back so you can do your fight pit and we can check to see how things are at the guild.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Alright. So, back to Lochliel then.
XJ, finish your hand, we're leaving.
Oh, alright.
The muddy roads are going to double your travel time. It's going to make...
Not for me!
Oh, wait, do you have something to ignore? Difficult terrain when traveling?
We have a ranger. Does that matter?
You do have a ranger who has Natural Explorer as a thing. Yes, I forgot Jordan was a person. So yeah, so the roads...
It's cool. We all do.
It's okay. We don't consider him a person. He's an item.
Yeah.
Well, it actually wouldn't affect Milani any because he's got Earthwalk, which allows him to move difficult terrain made of earth or stone without expending extra movement himself.
Okay, yeah, but the ranger's going to be able to lead you guys like through the road, and you're not going to lose any time. 3-hour march back to Lochliel. Welcome back to the pleasant town of Lochliel. And so now's the sad moment. We don't have all the saloon like royal ambience music because Lochliel isn't as populated as Beechwood Retreat. All right. So you come in the northeastern gate, coming back into town. And gosh, I still haven't updated this map to get rid of the docks. That's my bad. Where do you want to head?
We were going to come here to...
Where do we want to head?
Should probably head to the guild hall.
Yeah,
We've been gone a few days, and we told them to give us all their dead bodies, so...
Oh,
We will have plenty of kindling for the forge.
there's something wrong with you.
It was Nyoka's idea to do it.
He's a walking, talking murder machine. There's a lot wrong with him.
Just like, Nyoka told me to do it.
As you guys return to town, a couple people are going to just notice you and like wave. Maybe a person or two that Milani healed at the healing house, and maybe a ranger of the Steel Cabal just kind of sees you guys coming back into town. It's like, oh hail, welcome back.
How have things been?
Nobody stops to talk to you.
Okay.
We're not that cool.
Hey, boss lady.
Yeah,
I have a question.
ask it.
I don't understand this dog comment. I don't have any hair. Or is this a new word that people are calling me? That
Ilderon have metaphors.
that means I don't have hair. Is it a Ilderon term for good-looking lizard?
Yes.
Nyoka, do you understand slang? Right?
We don't have slang is what we do to bad people. We slang them.
Okay. I forgot Nyoka takes things literally. She wasn't.
Yeah, he's our what's that guy from Guardians?
Drax.
Dave
Drax.
Bautista. Okay,
Yes,
cool. That's what we all said. Dave Bautista.
I said Drax. The
Actually,
Destroyer.
XJ is excited to get back to the forge. It's like, I have so many projects I've been wanting to start.
Nyoka, basically, they were calling, or where the term is used in reference to someone who is subservient to someone else.
Oh, that must not have been me. I'm not subservient to anybody. I follow my Shalafi out of duty, not out of need.
Same basic concept.
You sure about that?
Realistically, all of us would be considered her dogs because we're under her employ. We're subservient to her.
Oh no, I'm aware of that. I've been a dog of war for as long as I can remember. I was built to be a dog of war.
Exactly.
So, Spirit Stone, you're a dog?
I am a type of dog, yes.
Oh.
As am I. As is Geraldin.
I
As
see.
is all of the people who are underneath.
Is he gonna start calling me Spirit Dog?
No, but that might be.
Thank you for the idea.
It's been filed away.
Like, oh, I get it, you're a dog. Okay, Spirit Dog. Damn it.
So basically, it's a term meaning for someone who is subservient or listens to someone else.
Out of character, my puppy is like, every time I said dog, she's like looking at me like, what?
Like, yes, I am here. Why do you keep calling me?
So, it's not dog as in the physical animal, more of a title.
I understand. Thank you.
Alright, so do you guys head to the guild house?
Yes.
Alright, it's burned to the ground.
No!
Session's over. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you go back to the guild house, and there are bodies. There are bodies in front of your guild house. Definitely, like not as many as you're expecting. Let's just roll a d8. There are 4 bodies like stacked. You can see areas of like where rot would have been like left on the cobbled stone, or like dried blood or something from bodies like passing away. There's definitely been more here that people have moved. It's starting to these bodies are starting to rot, and as you come to your guild house, let's see if anything is waiting on you. We're gonna just roll that with the percentage die. Why not? Yeah. So
Tiamat is waiting for us outside.
Yeah, Tiamat. Just the entire... no. Let's see. Mata is going to be the person who approaches you. And she is going to say... like, as the guild, approaches their hall, she's going to be, sitting perched up across the street, animal companion and everything, has a bandana tied around her mouth just for like the smell, and she's been whittling away at something on her time, just waiting for you, and she's gonna stand approaching the guild and walk to them, taking off her cloth and saying, we've it's really not the Steel Cabal's place to mandate health regulations throughout the town. It's not like we're even an official city, but still, we all have to live together on this little plot of land to survive the clutch. We've been asking people to dispose of their dead outside the city gates. Otherwise, it's gonna start a plague inside the city with all these bodies piling up here. We couldn't stop people from dragging them in front of your guild house. And she's going to gesture up the hill and say, Rain asked me to relay the news to you, as she didn't think your lesser guildmates would be in town long enough for your return.
That's fair. It's kind of our fault. We
If it shapes before you respond, if it shapes how Morgan's going to form her response, I do want you to remember, Mata is the woman who challenged you to.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm gonna fuck this woman's world up tomorrow. It's to a degree our fault.
As Morgan's talking to her, Melania's just gonna pull Nyoka and XJ aside and be like, alright, start digging a hole.
I was going to throw them in the furnace.
No, it'll contaminate the items.
Okay, fine, I have another idea. And XJ is gonna go to the... We have a barrel oil, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, you guys are running low on all of your stuff. You have parchment and ink. That's it. And you have food for a month, which food for a month for one person, food for a week for the entire guild. You are through half of your food stores.
Food for a year for XJ.
Yeah, exactly.
To a degree, that's our fault. We told some of the people that we can properly dispose of bodies. Obviously, we don't have the guild house outside of town. But we'll take care of it. Are you just throwing the bodies away? You're supposed to burn them.
She gestures to the hill north of town and say, we've established a small graveyard to honor the fallen up there. We've buried a few, but it really wasn't worth our manpower to devote to this. There's other issues that require the Cabal's attention.
Alright, so with that, XJ is like, wait, do we have the cart fixed yet? No, we haven't.
It is not yet fixed.
Right.
She's going to say your guild disposed of 2 of them with members moving in and out. We took 4 to the north side of the city, but These were too rotted. I didn't want my rangers touching them.
Smart choice.
Like I said,
Nyoka's
Take care
gonna
of it.
start working on the wagon.
Okay.
Alright, XJ is actually going to go up to Morgan's like, we're going to need oil. A lot of oil. Or something flammable.
magic work. I can use magic.
But we need the bodies to burn consistently. Your magic's only going to have them burn for maybe a couple minutes. Bodies tend not to burn too well. A lot of liquids in there.
Would I be able to obtain that in town, or?
Oil? Yeah, there'd be people still trading in town. There'd be a general store that you could definitely get oil for. I mean, it'd be something you need for lanterns, something you need for just any type of like writing at night. Sometimes for, warmth for kicking off a fire if you don't want to use a flint and tinder for 10 years.
Next, do you know how much oil we'd need?
No, not exact. I'd say for starters, maybe like a barrel's worth. I also need it for the forge, so if there's any left over, I'll definitely be using it.
Might be best if we just get a stock up of supplies.
Yes, I was just trying to distribute labor.
Well, like, I plan on taking the bodies here and putting them up the hill. I don't have to worry about infection.
Well, neither do I, so I can help you with that.
I'll work on getting the oil.
Melania's gonna go over to the Steel Cabal member.
Uh-huh.
Do a quick look up and down her. Then he's gonna give 5 points of lay on hands to her to cure any disease she might have.
Okay.
Just from being in the vicinity.
Alright, just give me 1 second I'm just doing math for you guys.
Does Mata have a card?
Does she have like a card, like a calling card?
Well, no, like... what does she look like?
No, she does not yet. She was a nameless NPC that got mad for being killed and then became a more important person.
Good at,
I will make her one. I am just like researching how much thing of oil is, and God, that's gonna be for an entire barrel of oil. You're going to nearly deplete somebody's supply in town.
I mean, if we need it, XJ's willing to chip in from his own personal funds.
No, not deplete funds, deplete, like, supply.
We don't care about NPCs.
Well, yeah, but again, like, XJ does plan on using oil in his own personal projects. Along with just, we do need oil for the forge, greasing up the, swords and everything.
Alright. So, okay. I definitely just calculated that wrong. Give me 1 second to calculate that properly. Because, I definitely just did it wrong. Yeah, because that was way too much money. That was way too much money.
I mean, I think oil, like a barrel of oil is, like, it's less than 100.
Yeah, so, the price of oil for an entire barrel of oil in town is going to be 40 gold, and it is going to be 300 pounds of oil, and you would get 300 uses out of it.
We're gonna need that cart before we move that around.
I mean,
Yeah,
300 pounds is not terribly bad. It's just a huge container full of liquid.
Yeah, but the two muscle are taking dead bodies up the hill.
Oh, fair.
I mean, XJ can definitely... Actually, if we just get, like, a piece of wood and, like, string it back, XJ could probably take all of them.
Morgan Horse, too, can, put an arrow...
Do we want Morgan Horse, or we want, Robot Trolley?
No, we don't want Morgan Horse because we don't want her to get diseased.
So, Robot Trolley.
Robot trolley. But you gotta get that thing fixed up.
Well, no, like, I'm just saying if we just have a piece of wood, like, we don't even need, like, a piece of wood and some rope.
Alright, so, do you, want to, go with that route?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you guys got it figured out, right? Like,
Yeah.
If you have rope from your adventuring pack, you can find a suitable piece of wood, to stack these bodies on from, like, within your guild house. Like, even turning a table upside down and dragging it out. God, Nyoka the carpenter would be like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, you can make a better one.
So you stack these bodies. You can buy a barrel of oil from the general store.
Wait, I got it. Because if you're just gonna do that, I stole a door that I was gonna fix our broken one.
Yeah, you did.
Broken door.
Yeah, I'll take the broken door. I don't care.
Nyoka's just like, wait. Spare the table. I have this door. What? Just don't ask who I stole it from or why I have the door. Just, it helps. Alright, so, you can take the door, pile the 4 remaining bodies on, and start heading to the north side of town to dump these bodies. Milani heads with them. One person carrying the oil and, XJ dragging the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay. Can Milani lift 300 pounds?
He's got a strength of 20, so...
You should.
He can stand at the base of the city wall and just throw it up the hill. So... no, I'm kidding. Alright, so yeah. You guys take the oil to the top of the hill. That's going to take you just a minetto of effort. What's the rest of the party doing?
So one, I should take 40 gold out of my wares, or...
Yeah, whoever wants to chip in. I mean, that's going to be the price. You're buying out somebody's complete store, so they are... they're upcharging you a little bit, but it's for
fine.
Yeah.
Can we get a discount for saying it's for disposing the bodies that you've been piling?
No, they have to ship more of this product in immediately, so it's just kind of like...
That's
okay, fine.
Anyways, I'll take it out of mine. If we want, we'll just if that had to come out of like Milani's, just because of like story reasons, because he went to go get it. Like, we're just stressing.
Milani doesn't have 40 gold.
I was like,
yeah, Milani gave away his last 40.
I would have given you money to go do it because it's guild business. That's basically what I'm stressing.
Okay.
Yeah. You can hand wave it as much as you want, but it came out of the guild money, which is Morgan's wallet. Mada's still here, right? Yeah.
And I did give her the healing just in case she does have anything.
Nyoka's gonna keep working on the card if they don't need him.
Okay.
So, besides the bodies, is there anything else going on in town?
She's going to roll a insight check and say, a few people are kind of excited for our match coming up. I've been sparring with Rain to practice. I won't be made a fool of a second time. And other than that, she's going to shrug and say the White Cloaks have lost a boat or two, but mostly chalked it up to captains not wanting to dock on that side of town. Likely finding places to dock along the coast.
Wouldn't surprise me. The places, besides the infrastructure damage, it's not safe.
And other than that, she's gonna say Lochliel is beautifully quiet, as always, our pleasant little hillside town.
They're still sick?
Oh yeah, when you say that, she's gonna kind of grimace and say most of the sick have been dying off. It probably won't be a problem by the end of the week.
Oh, I did have one other question. For our fight, what exactly are the rules? I don't want to upset you again. I'd rather this be very final.
She's gonna say we can fight in the ways of the clutch. Anything goes. Otherwise, I was raised in Swordhaven. I'm skilled in an honor duel if that suits you.
I think I'd prefer the anything goes method.
She's gonna nod and say, well, I'm a bounty hunter by profession, so don't expect me to take it easy on you.
If you took it easy on me, would we really have this settled?
Yeah, she's gonna nod and say, arrows can be rather deadly, especially when they find their mark on people. I'll accept an early yield. I only seek retribution in terms of what was done to my reputation that day. And she's gonna say, our members, we need to be feared. Or at least respected.
See, you want to do this fight to repair your hurt pride, but you're not fighting the Bridgehound. Tomorrow, I'll show you why you picked an harder target.
She nods and says, and I'll show you why I feel I'll show you why I'm able to overcome. And, she's, gonna extend a hand towards you.
And I'll
Just kiss already!
No,
Nyoka,
Nada's not my Steel Cabal lady.
Nyoka's gonna yell out, she gonna kick your ass.
She's, gonna, grab you, pull you in, fist on the, back of your, shoulders. And, just kind of let you go, and then, start walking away. It is a greeting of mercenaries.
Yeah, you guys, you gotta just deal with all this sexual tension.
You love it and you know it.
Oh, it's the best thing.
Alright, so, what's, Morgan want to do from there?
Oh god, what do I want to do?
You can read?
I could read. It's either read or tend to the sick. I tend to the sick.
Okay, you go to Chat's healing house, or do you go to the, poor side of town?
What's closer? Healing house, like, en route to the poor people?
Yeah, ooh, I'm sorry, I'm, dropping frames. Yeah, Chat's, healing house is, close to the, fighting pits. You can, stop at, either. The statistics, I think I told you guys. There were... I think I got those numbers wrong. No, you guys healed 11. Brought the 39 down, to 20, to 28. And then
12 died?
Yeah, then 12 died. And, the rest, presumably are going to either die tonight or tomorrow. going to the sick part of town. It is just walking through the sick part of town towards the healing house. You know, these people look like specters of death. It's Morgan working in this area. I'm not even going to make you have to like roll an insight or intelligence check. Stepping here is going to be a hazard to your health. This alleyway, there's vomit, you know, there's diarrhea, flies, who knows, even maybe rats. You can see blurs of things like moving across among these people. It's hard to even tell like who over here is still alive. The ones that you know for sure are still alive are the ones groaning. But for the most part, this part of town has been kind of abandoned and quarantined, as you know, the houses next to it and around it have been emptied out, boarded up. Especially the one with the broken door that Nyoka stole. You can see these people have kind of like gathered inside, especially for, you know, the raining day. Just trying to have like whatever last pleasantness they can before.
Ugh, I'm gonna need another bath after this.
I feel like this is a lost cause.
There are 16 of them left. I know Morgan can heal 7.
I can heal 5.
Oh yeah, you can heal 5. Yeah, and that's what I told you guys of just like you could keep sitting here and healing all of these people, but they're dropping much quicker than you guys can heal them, and there's more of them than you have like spell slots for.
Well, yeah, so it's like, I'm not gonna be... It's like, you have to resign yourself to the fact that, like, of those 16, like, I can help the 5. Most likely that means I don't save the other 11. If I'm lucky, I get to save another 5 tomorrow. Or I could. But...
Yeah, I've been rolling 2d10 on, you know, just who's been dying each day, and the rolls have been coming up real favorable for these sick people.
But yeah,
well,
no,
once Milani's done burning bodies, he can help.
Well, I mean, if you finish bring up the oil, actually I can do all that work, and Milani can just go.
I can bring Geraldin with me. He can cast, I think, Lesser Restoration twice.
Okay, so you and Geraldin want to work on the sick today?
Yeah.
Okay, so... you know, your holy energy, you can use to expel and destroy magical sickness. But in doing so, you do have to be careful. So everybody you heal, you're going to be able to heal. But roll me a medicine check, and we're going to say DC 16 of just like properly handling these bodies. Like properly handling these people as to not infect yourself. Geraldin is going to have to roll one too. And I don't actually know his medicine check off the top of my head. Let's see. So, Morgan is going to be perfectly fine, like, you know, working with these people. Like, don't touch me! Don't, Geraldin, being a little bit more compassionate, is gonna, like, you know, be hugging and embracing the people he's healed. And it's like, oh, now I've got your gunk all over me. Like, it's fine. Let me just wipe my face off. And, you know, by the time you guys are done, you heal 7 people. Geraldin himself is gonna have to roll a con save. And we will come back to him. You guys did a good thing today. Jordan comes back. How's my character doing? Well, we locked him in a room and he hasn't talked to anybody in weeks. We're just waiting for him to croak.
So we sterilized the fuck out of that room. We've debated burning down the whole guild.
No, XJ comes in and is like, oh hey XJ, how are you? I'm fine, Geraldin. Do you want an oil bath? Or do you want an oil rub? Do you want an oil rub?
Okay, so I have to keep numbers.
Secretly prepping him to burn.
So there are 9 people left. 2d10 can kill 9 people in one night.
And then we'll be done with this.
Yeah. So we'll...
Or maybe 2 people will just die, and everyone else will be fine.
Yeah.
Anthony, does Milani do anything, or is he just going to do the bodies and
Well,
that's
we're
it?
about to switch over real quick to Milani and XJ. So you guys are going to get to this hill, and you know it's not going to take you terribly long working efficiently. The only drag is how long it takes to drag bodies or drag something rather than putting it on wheels. At the top of the hill, you can see the makings of a graveyard. There's a small wooden fence being built here, and not like a fence, but just kind of like one of those farm pasture fences to keep the animals in, of like two wooden planks and wedged between a stake. Gosh, I just wish range fences, I think, maybe? I don't know.
Something.
Yeah,
It's a fence.
It's on the tip of my brain. But anyways, and that's like kind of half built around this place. You can see, maybe a dozen or so fresh grave sites. A stack of bodies in the, near the area of the uncompleted fence. And maybe 2 holes here that have been dug that nothing's been thrown in.
It has occurred to me that we did not bring a shovel.
Mm-hmm.
Was a shovel left behind?
Would a
Don't
shovel
have one
be
built.
left behind? Oh,
Or-
definitely. They wouldn't want to bring these shovels back into town up here.
Okay,
That's for
we're just gonna
burying
use
the
the one
dead. Yeah. And this is more like a courtesy graveyard of like, there's no more.
Oh,
there's
there is
thing.
no courtesy about
Yeah.
to happen. XJ's about to dig up some bodies.
Yeah, you come here, you bury your dead, you say a little prayer, and then you leave. The fence is, only for like the mildest amount of respect of like, hey, look, this is the graveyard. You guys are on the top of a cliff too, by the way, overlooking the sea. But yeah, if XJ wants to dig up bodies, you
So
can.
XJ is only going to dig up graves that look very fresh, like was dug the day before, or maybe like a couple days before.
Okay.
So
You
no grass has been grown over it yet.
you can do so, and you just do that. If you want to do it expediently, I'll say if you beat an athletics check 12, like. You can just like shovel out maybe.
Well, my plan is basically I'm gonna dig a giant hole,
Okay.
put all the bodies in there, pour the oil on top, and then let it burn.
Yeah, I'll say if you beat DC 12, you do all of that in about 12 hours, or not 12 hours, 3 hours.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah,
Milani will
anything
give you a
more,
hand with that.
Yeah, it's gonna take
Oh, wait,
you
why
like
am I-
time per person.
I'm really good at athletics, so.
You can
Oh
roll
yeah,
with
I'm
the
fine.
damage.
I get it done in 2.
Just like, all right, burying dead. I am used to this. Here we go.
No, it's like not burying dead, like disposing mass bodies and putting them in mass graves. It's like I never left the force.
Yeah. So, how much of this oil are you guys pouring over it? It's 300 pounds of oil.
How much do you think we'll need, or
Yeah.
how much do you think we need? Because like XJ wants to save as much as we can.
I think easily spending like 40 pounds or 30 pounds of this will set this thing ablaze permanently.
Okay, well that's the reason we put it in the hole, because I don't want this to spread out over the hill and back down to town.
Oh yeah, definitely.
While they're working, Milani's gonna look over at XJ and go, so what part of the military were you a branch of?
Front lines.
What unit?
What was the actual unit I was called? Well, actually,
yours
no. It's like
was the,
literally like serial number XJ.
Yeah, your unit was the 222nd Battalion.
222nd Battalion, model Juggernaut, serial number XJ29, 1 of 200.
We didn't, because my unit didn't mix much with the Warforges.
No, our units were entirely, with the exception of our commander, our units were entirely Warforged. We were machines built for one purpose.
So what made you decide to join us?
To have a purpose again. It's just like ever since they let us go, like we have this thing called free will, but I don't even know what it means. All I know is what I've been built for, and all I can do is follow what I think I can do. But having someone in charge at least gives me some direction.
You're like me in that sense. Military, born and raised.
It's like, you were born, I was manufactured. Day one, I was already out on the field.
Listen to me, my friend. Just because you are made in or made somewhere doesn't mean that you weren't born. Free will tells that you basically have your own way of thinking. You do what you want.
I go in with a plan, thinking one thing, and then I don't know, I malfunction. I do something else. I do something that I wasn't expecting to do. Sometimes I think it would have been better if I truly was machine, if I didn't have free will.
Trust me, free will isn't all that bad. You get to see a lot of cool things when you get to choose.
Makes things complicated.
You make friends with pirates. Would you have done that if you were still just a machine?
Sounds crazy, but the way they were acting, it reminded me of some of my old unit. After all we thought about was killing, and the most efficient way of doing it.
Yeah.
Candelabra in particular reminded me of a special unit, mage, specialized in fireballs and the such. Really love to watch them burn.
Yeah. My unit wasn't much better. I have the ability to cast spells to help people, but back then it wasn't so prominently used.
Just
the clerics did the healing. Us paladins did the rest of it.
healing was not much of a priority for us. We were cogs in a machine. We were told to go out there and die, and we did it without question.
Well, that's one thing that's common between all branches of the military, my friend.
But not
in
as
a
ruthless.
sense, we're,
We weren't
in
even
a
seen as
sense,
human.
Well, look at me. I'm not a human.
XJ is just going to continue his work.
All right. After you guys get those bodies of flame, Morgan and Dorildan from the center of town, you're going to be able to see like a small fire going on top of the hill, and the sun is setting.
Small comparatively.
Well,
Yeah.
it's small. It's basically the equivalent of a bonfire up there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to see this from the hill, it's a large fire. But from where Morgan's at, it's kind of like a little speck in the distance. Like, it doesn't light as much as the lighthouse used to on the south side of town. But it still, is enough to kind of like... You can look to the sky and see it through the rain.
Alright, one more thing. As XJ is watching the bodies burn, he is going to pull out a scimitar that he did grab from the forge, and he is just going to plant it in the ground.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to burn the entirety of the 12 bodies that were placed up here.
Brandon, while everything is burning, Milani's gonna sit down on the ground and he's going to cast a ceremony.
Okay.
Make it so this ground cannot be defiled. And
Okay. Let me just. You can do that. It is just a spell I'm unfamiliar with, so I just need to refresh myself real quick. Oh, you linked it. That's wonderful. It's always the best thing for me. It saves me from flipping through pages. Touch one willing coming of age. Funeral rite. Nope. Which one are you going with?
I want to say it's probably funeral rite. It's one where you can't raise the dead on the ground.
Okay, that's going to be ceremony.
Nope,
that's going to be
yes.
for one creature.
Sorry, I thought it was ground, not Okay,
Yeah.
so
I think you're thinking of the spell Hollow, which is a 5th level spell that does something similar, just preventing certain types of magic from functioning.
all right. So then I will just make holy water, and once it's done, I'll start spreading it around the area.
Okay.
Just, splashing it around.
XJ is actually going to take a long rest on top of the hill, still watching over the bodies, but he will enter a recharge state.
Okay. Yeah, if Milani wants to wait up there with him, XJ recharge takes him 4 hours, or does it take him a full 8?
It takes 6 hours.
Okay.
Now, I am completely aware of my surroundings. It's just
Yeah.
like I can't move.
Does Milani wait up there with him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you would all be coming back, the latest to the guild house. Nyoka, you work on the wagon for the entirety of, 9 hours has passed? In 8 hours, you can put 25 gold worth of materials to it. It needs 35 gold worth of work, so you can finish it up tomorrow in half the allotted time. Or if you want to work through the night, you can work for 4 more hours, and you will stack a level of exhaustion until you complete a long rest.
I think I'll work through the night because I don't plan to attend the bout, so I'll be sleeping.
Okay, so Morgan and Geraldine get back to the guild hall. Nyoka is still working in the back on the cart.
By
yes.
the way, Rob, P.S. that money's coming out of the guild.
Yeah, I know.
Nyoka's still working on the cart. Geraldine has had a time. He's going to tell you about how fulfilling it was helping, those sick people who needed him. And he's going to go to sleep. And, later in the evening, Morgan comes back again. Milani and XJ are going to return to the guild house. You all would be getting here as it's touching the late evening, like around 9 p.m.
How much time between when we would have gotten back and when I and them get back?
You guys would get back significantly earlier, about 6 hours before XJ and Milani.
Okay. I would be reading my book.
Okay. You can roll me another intelligence check on retaining knowledge. Regardless, I'll still tell you the themes and stuff you pick up from it.
I have so much faith right now. Faith.
Roll. Oh, wow. Friday night rolls are being nice to us. It's probably because we're not in combat.
Yeah, it's an
probably
amazing
because-
Friday night. So
Probably because I've turned a leaf. I'm a next person now.
yeah, the people who are coming are getting politics of the world, and because I knew a couple more people would be watching this stream than other episodes, so that's why I wanted to do the recap earlier. And instead of thrilling dungeon content, tonight there's hey, this is what's going on. That's great.
Motherfucking democracy, y'all.
All right. So the second chapter, you're going to find out each one of these chapters is about a person. and specifically, relating to the speculated ethics proposed in the introduction.
So chapter 1 was all about what's her name?
Well, the first part of the book, not the first chapter. I'm sorry, it would be sectioned off in like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. The second one is going to be, I have to look at this historical order of importance. The second one is going to be criticizing Dila Winrona.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, specifically in the government that she helped create in Ililnagai. In so much that it started off with the proper ideas of service to the people, and was corrupted by a figurehead. It was corrupted by a figurehead never taking hold of it to ensure the ideals that it was established were held true the whole time. This second section criticizes her in so much that Ililnagai's government slipped away from the ideal of a perfect government because of leaders aren't necessarily bad things if the people embrace them and the people can still remove them. And that Dila Winrona failed in the aspect that she stepped away from leadership rather than entering into a role that she could have withheld the ideals of the government. It claims that and I just wish I had my notes for this stupid book. It's going to claim that Dila, while she stands as one of the 5 pillars that the New World is built on, she is among the weakest of the 5. Niles finds herself in agreement with all of these comments, just in Niles's character, and that in order for proper order to be maintained, that a figure must hold power. It is the complicated truth of a government serving the people, that the masses need direction.
The system has to work, but sometimes you need a Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
The first, you can surmise the first one was a statement against absolute, fascism. The second one was you can assume a statement against, absolute liberalism. Or libertarianism, I guess? I don't know. One goes too far, one doesn't go far enough. And on a 20, yeah. You're going to keep picking up this theme. On a 20, you're going to garner some more information. You're going to keep picking up on this theme of him talking about the 5 pillars. You can read ahead in this book, and you can see the people these pillars are based on. It is going to be Lylila Alarith, Dila Winrona, Barina Gaius, Olivia Del Kyle, and Elizabeth Del Kyle.
I know those 2 names.
Mm-hmm.
I know most of those names.
Yeah, you actually know all of those names as they've all been mentioned before. For anybody not paying attention, because this is just a bunch of world building being thrown and everybody's watching each other what is this? These are the people who have contributed the most to the advancement of knowledge and magic in society, just across the world.
You're gonna have to give me these names after the session.
Yeah, I can spell them out
or type them out.
Hey, I didn't expect you to read this book anytime soon. It was.
Well, you gave me free time, and I have a thirst for knowledge and a thirst for power.
Yeah, it was something I planned for the region of, like, you're going to find out why all of these forces are fighting against each other and why nobody can maintain control of the clutch. Because everybody has a different idea of what control should be. But yeah, that's what you garner from the book. And how do you guys feel about ending there for the night? And then we can pick up on the 21st with the not the honor duel, the grudge match, and then hopefully the dungeon dive.
Brought to you by Hell in the Cell on the WWE Network. It's not.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, will they finally get to the point that we've been advertising for 3 sessions now?
There's something I do want to happen. Milani and XJ return to the guild house. Does anybody want to share, what you guys have done?
Yeah, no, that's... I wanted to be reading, but I wanted to make sure that they got back, because it's like... I'm like... I know what we did. And at least through the meta-knowledge of roles, I feel it plays out to where I'm like, look, I'm good. I'm a pro at this by now.
Like, I could be a politician.
Well, that's why I specifically pointed out to Morgan, like, she saw Geraldine hugging these people and embracing them, like, as, he's working. I'm just like, yeah, I'm happy I could help heal you. Like, this is great. And just, like, covered in grime and gunk, like, going back to the guild house. It's like, that was really something. And Morgan's just, like, holding her breath. Like, we really did something great there.
And Morgan is just going like, you dumb bitch.
I mean, he's fine. Diseases don't show for a few days. People didn't start dying until, the second or third day you guys had the disease? The second day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be fine, probably.
Maybe.
But does
we start
Morgan
making the graph now?
Yeah, that's to say, does Morgan inform XJ and Milani that, Geraldine was covered in gunk?
Yeah. We went and helped the sick. Geraldine wasn't exactly good about maintaining proper distance.
I'm on
I want to
it.
give him a courtesy check just to make sure, he doesn't die in his sleep.
Yeah, and you guys do know this disease incubates after a long rest. So you are aware of that with your other checks on it.
Milani will go up to Geraldine's room.
He is going to be... Yeah, he's going to be, like, cleaning himself off, like, as you step in. And he's just going to say, oh, I just have to tell you about this family we helped.
I'm going to do a medicine check while he's talking.
Go ahead. I mean, who knows?
I'm using my inspiration, so I'll roll it again.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me one more time. I mean, from what you can tell on him, he's cleaned off most of the gunk, but, you're gonna see some stains on his skin. They don't look particularly threatening, but, some splotches and stuff. You can assume that's where it starts, but he seems healthy as an ox.
Well, I'm gonna lay, 15 points of lay on hands, so 3 different cure diseases.
Just like, no.
Don't! Just don't!
As he continues to clean himself off and everything, he's gonna say, well, thank you, but I was careful.
Morgan
Geraldine, just looking at you, and from what I heard, you weren't careful at all. So this is a precaution. I don't need any of my guildmates dying on me. I don't need to burn the body of someone I actually care about.
All right.
Another one on the pyre is just another body.
How about we end on an ominous note? Since tonight's been so much fun, I'm gonna roll the 2d10 tonight. For this.
How many people die tonight?
16.
Oh, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Yes, all of them.
They're all dead.
By the end of the week, everybody is either cured. Well, actually, here's something cool. There were 16 people left, and you guys cured 7 of them.
We saved people. We actually saved people.
Yeah, because
Because
all
they would've
of them would
all
have
been
died
dead.
today.
I'm a hero. All hail.
Morgan cured 5, and Geraldine cured 2, right? I'm just making sure I got those numbers right.
You just say kill. It's like, don't worry, I will save you. Shake.
That's what they call me. I work in Darbahari, the merciful.
That said,
You know, death does cure all. They're not wrong.
the more people you guys cure and help out, there are 2 things I'm tracking for you. Fame and infamy. So you're kind of infamous a little bit, and Beechwood Retreat just a tiny bit, and you're getting very famous inside of Lochliel. So.
We have 2 phases. Inside
Lochliel,
we are saints, and Beechwood, we are scum.
We killed a man. We killed scum, but we killed a man.
Well,
hey, I say XJ has a pretty good reputation. What's XJ's pirate reputation?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
pirates
all
love
the
us.
people who like you are not liked by society. So it's
Well, the Master of Magic's gonna love us when we kill that fireball slinging hussy.
I love it. Tonight, I think I'm gonna give definitely inspiration to Morgan.
You cut out.
Oh, I said definitely inspiration to Morgan tonight.
Yes! I did it, kids!
Can I get RP points?
It took 8 sessions, but we did it, kids!
I'm also gonna give inspiration to XJ for
Yes!
the pirates and talking to Milani. And,
Just dropping some heavy RP bombs.
Yeah. Just good stuff
That got
all around
deep.
tonight. Gosh, we covered a whole day too in game. So let's just say
That rarely happens.
yeah. I don't want to go over all the story things we hit tonight. I feel like 700's a good benchmark.
I like it, whatever.
All right. Yes.
I'm running high of this inspiration.
10-1-10.
It's been so long since I got inspiration.
I've literally never gotten it.
Oh, also, I never got the session before's XP.
Okay, I will look at that right after we end the stream tonight. So your guys' next session's on the 31st. For those people who watch, I hope you enjoyed. You can join the Discord, and you can chat with us literally all week long. Dungeons and Dragons is basically consumes our entire life, and it's it's all we discuss. So if you want anything you want to talk about, you can post on there. We've got a media sharing thing, so if you think there's anything cool you want to share, feel free to. And hope you guys enjoy your night. Thank you for watching. We're gonna go to an end card for a second because I got to show all the people doing this stuffy stuff.
Ooh.
Rob, we're at 10-1-10, right?
Yeah.
I have 1046.